Joe Budden Podcast, it is 10-year anniversary.
And he made a hip-hop podcast, which is even more lame.
Like, I think Joe wanted Rosenberg there more than Rosenberg could actually commit.
I only had a rotation of whatever loudspeaker I had and the Joe Budden Podcast.
Is Marissa better than
M4?
M4?
Be careful. Because any nigga that changed the podcast name from a cool name to his, he has ulterior motives.
Rory and Maul had no fight back then.
Yeah, we right here. We ready. You know what I'm saying?
I wish I would have known. I would have brushed in. You know, Lauren always come out swinging.
Mac, you had to keep that hand up. You had to. Like that. Get that.
You know what I'm saying? Men's material.
That's the new logo. That's it right there. Everybody got touched today.
I didn't get touched.
And everybody touched somebody.
This is like the wood. Who do you think is going to get more money?
The most numbers?
The most numbers.
The most numbers?
Her harsh criticism, the 1 through 10 scale later. No, we got to go 1 through 30.
Yeah.
And I haven't seen nothing in the 20s yet.
I believe that y'all get hype off the idea of what could be a lot.
I mean, I feel like if you showed her this tape, she'd be like, honey, go get them pictures.
Tony has a strict onboarding process.
I heard too many. It legitimized podcasting. It legitimized Joe Budden as a,
It made everybody in the entire podcasting landscape take everything more seriously.
You think we'll say a podcast is good just because it has 1,000 ads?
I don't think we do, but I think a lot of people do.
Somebody has to be sad for you to be happy in this world.
Nigga, I'm not crazy. I don't need therapy.
Who need therapy?
Right. Yeah. The nigga got into a physical altercation in the strip club.
He gave him a couple players and a first-round draft pick for the future, and some cash considerations.
Nigga, nobody in this room except Joe Budden is going to the finals without Joe Budden. When he's on the ropes, it's just like, nigga, I'm silly. Remember?
Even when you really looking like Barstool, nigga. What do niggas know Barstool for?
Mama say, mama sigh, mama makusai, people. Welcome back to another installment of the Homeroom University Podcast. You see, it's the pod about your favorite pod. Now I'm your classmate, Tone Groove.
Generals.
AJ the Menace.
White man. Behind the boards.
Yeah.
F-Man right beside him.
That's me.
Yes, that's him. We are and we are back. Appreciate y'all for clicking on the video. Make sure you like the video, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and comment down below your hashtag office hours partner in the show. We answer some of y'all questions, or you can DM us Menace Material, or put it on Reddit, Homeroom University Pod, or $5 Patreon, where you get access to the Discord, and you can leave the hashtag office hours in there. We got our own little tight-knit community that we're building. Appreciate everybody that's in there. We're going to start chatting a little bit more. We've been having some busy weeks. Just
don't lie. You're not going to be in there.
I am.
You're not going to be in there.
Last time I was in there, I was out there, giving out game. You know what I mean? We be in there trying to do our part for society. You know what I mean?
You ruined a lot of marriages.
Shout out to everybody that's clicked on the video, though. Jam-packed episode. A lot has happened. But, yeah.
I think we should make a rule right now. Because I've been seeing a few comments. I've been seeing some concerns about how the office hours segment is very long. And we've even had some of the same feelings. So maybe with the
There's
video.
been comments of that? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I've been seeing some comments where it's like, yo, them office hours, man. Y'all got to get this shit going. Nigga, ask the question. So maybe we should put a timer on it.
Yes.
On answering each one.
Oh, no,
on the videos.
On the videos.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we
Yeah.
really need to go back to the original 2 minutes max.
2 minutes max.
2 minutes max.
And if you know it's good and you got to leak over maybe another 15, 35, it happens.
Yeah.
But just try to keep it tight.
No, you got to keep it in 2 minutes.
If you give them room, they'll fucking hang us off.
Yeah.
You're right.
Gotta stick to a hard time.
And the main problem
Make it
is
at a minute 50.
they want to say what's up first. And, sometimes it take niggas a while, to just say what's up, yo, my name is Wooty Woo. I'm from here. I love y'all, been supporting y'all, been showing y'all support. I'm going to just keep on talking.
Niggas got to get right to it.
It's not like y'all going to skip me. Y'all going to listen. It's office hours.
There's nothing
Carl
wrong
say?
with the what's good with the support, but it's just, I get it's been a week since they seen us. There's so much to catch up on.
I haven't been seeing those comments, though, but that is a thing that, at least
I think he created these
at least
comments.
it's a thing.
Nah, go to your page.
I haven't seen that, but that is a thing. At least we've talked about live
definitely
on the
talked about it,
podcast.
yeah.
Like, God damn.
Hell yeah, but we got a fun show today. We'll go through some of the topics that happened this week, and then outside of the ones that happened this week, Joe Budden Podcast at a 10-year reunion. So I think we'll just kind of go through some of the history.
Wait, go
moments.
back up. My bad, AJ. Damn, I can't get my office hours address. That dude had 15 videos.
Oh, okay.
One.
Okay, we get the point.
Let's keep going. That was a long ass office hours. Y'all niggas gotta watch your pod.
Wait, but that was just one long ass office hours.
That's not the only long ass office hours.
Yeah, but that's the one they're complaining about.
Yeah, but you know, it's that means.
And shout out to that dude. He was he from Charlotte and shit.
Word.
You know what I mean? North Carolina. We gotta show love.
I said he could pull up and give his office hours.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I say we just jump into it.
Where should we start first?
We'll start with the Orlando. Oh wait, you gotta take me off mute. Orlando Brown was at the No Jumper Podcast, Adam22 and 4 Extra interview.
See.
And it was pretty hilarious. It was pretty wild. But it was okay. Last time I saw Orlando Brown, it was the
reptilian context.
What Love and Hip Hop show was it?
No, it wasn't. It was that. It was the Funny Marco shit. What's it called? Open Minds. Open Thoughts.
Open Thoughts.
Open Thoughts. And I hated that episode. It was him and Ray J.
Crazy.
I hated it. It was like there was no real like clippable moments like it normally is. Like his first one.
He was probably coming down. Or
it was weird.
It was
like
a blue moon.
It was too much trolling, just a little bit.
It was too much. It just, or maybe, well, I can't say that their dynamic don't work because the first one feel like re-sparked Orlando Brown getting interviews. Was their first Open Thought.
It became his style.
Yeah. So that second one I just thought was fucking terrible. But this shit was funny as hell. It was just like, it was wild but controlled because 4 Extra couldn't handle this nigga. And it was like really fighting with himself on I'll punch you out, cut.
I think Orlando Brown played him a little bit.
He did.
He
definitely got the upper hand.
He played on his ego, and he just played on just, what 4 Extra believes in, his gangsterism.
Yeah.
Which
Because he has no ego.
Yeah.
He's the most egoless person in the world.
Orlando Brown.
Right?
So having an ego in a conversation with him, it's an uphill battle for you.
He took acid and never was the same again.
Yeah.
It was more than that. Nigga was on crack. He's done a lot.
Orlando Brown is just made up of just squishy material.
Yeah.
He's able to just squeeze his way into anything, out of anything. But I just thought it was hilarious. He was just trolling him the whole time. Adam was acting surprised, and Adam does this thing where he's like, "Whoa."
Oh yeah, he's just playing. He's just playing.
But he never says no.
It's never no. It's just whoa. Yeah. And that was cool too. Making sure Orlando Brown was drunk, of course, because that's his thing.
Yeah, what was that? Go to that first one, that first timestamp.
Yeah, 540. That's where I'm at.
Okay, yeah. Let's go ahead and just watch a little bit of this.
All right.
House party 6 right now.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I do see another house party.
But the bully.
Is you on there?
But the bully though.
3rd Avenue Crip, they got me.
But the bully.
You know what?
Yeah.
We gonna lock it in with him. He cool. We gonna leave him alone.
But the bully.
That's the point.
You know.
That's the point.
So when you did that lock-in thing, how did you do that?
Like.
Now pause real quick. The context of this is important because this was the first moment of hey, brotherly love. He just offered him a role, kinda not really. How the fuck is Orlando Brown gonna get him a role on the new house party?
I feel like every time I see him, he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna put you in this movie."
It was realistic enough to where 4 Extra believed it.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, the bully, hell yeah!" And nigga, it's 4 Extra. Nigga, what?
He didn't realize what he was really signing up for.
He didn't realize. You get what I mean? So this was the first level of just kind of him toying with him, but it soon turned bad. Go to the next timestamp.
Yeah, it's at 10.
Go 10 seconds before that. What is that?
Yo, but his love. I was about to say real quick, the portrait haircut that Orlando Brown has, that shit is clean as fuck.
Which one?
It's like a portrait hairline, I think. Not hairline. It's like a portrait hair cut into the back of his head.
Of Malcolm X?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That shit was good.
It's actually, how long does it last though? Like how long could it possibly be good? He's got like a good
It's
3
spray
days.
on it. It's spray on it too.
A week probably, yeah.
Nah, man.
Until it's like the grow out.
Until it started looking like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, probably.
It lasts longer than
But
that.
the barber did that shit. That shit was pretty good. It wasn't like, I've seen some really bad niggas trying to draw pictures
Faces.
in the head, and this shit just goes left, bro.
You got to stick with real like Tupac, like niggas with not a lot of shit going on.
Simple faces.
The fact
Simple
that you're doing
faces.
a portrait is a pretty high leap.
That's
like
super
the fact that
impressive.
it's normally designs, Nike logos, zigzags. You know, it's
Yeah.
not pictures,
Like
portraits,
little
things
barbed
that
wire.
need shading. The
Yeah.
fact that they went with a shading look and he did that, I was like, I don't know who
I
this
think
nigga
they used
is.
the pencil for that though.
It goes to
Could have.
Yo,
which was
yeah, a lot of
overall-
times they do use the enhancements to
Oh,
really
yeah,
get the
okay.
shading right.
yeah.
It's still crazy though.
It's
I
still
guess.
it's artistry.
Yeah.
It is.
But it just speaks to this nigga crazy. In this clip, he says that gangbanging isn't real. And this is where it kind of turns for the first time.
Right.
Because
for
it
the
keeps
first.
happening. And that's very important that like 4 Extra never was like, yo, he's gotten me to this point like 3 times. Why am I still getting mad with this nigga?
I keep giving them chances.
But let's hear it.
For a good, Marlon Wayans to come in here.
Nigga, you off the
You know what I'm
wicker,
saying?
Nigga, you're going now.
Hold on. Listen. A Marlon Wayans or a Tom Cruise or somebody to come in here that's gonna come in here like you on a level like you. Talk. But they got movies and shit. Call that gang banging ain't real shit. None of this shit.
Hold on. Don't say call it gang banging because gang banging
Bro.
is real. You can't do that.
So
nigga.
Tom Cruise.
Nigga, I don't give a fuck about
Tom Cruise.
but you can't say gang banging.
Some more.
Nigga, that's you. You lose your
Yes.
What the
Yes.
wrong with you, nigga?
Damn.
God damn, this nigga.
Adam no jumper.
Get the shit right, nigga.
Adam
What
no
the
jumper.
fuck? No, don't say him, nigga. Now you don't get your dumb ass.
So
This is
fuck
losing
him.
his mind.
That's what I'm
Man,
saying.
just put the mic on you.
So that's what I'm saying.
He lost his
That's what I'm saying. Be careful.
Why did this motherfucker?
Yo,
Ladies
don't-
and
don't
gentlemen,
post that.
I would love post all.
They try
Bro,
to snake our clips here. I see it. We got a room full of vultures. Show you how to move in a room full of vultures.
Show you how to move in a room full of vultures. Show you how to move in a room full of
Hey, look, this
vultures.
is what I'm telling you right here. Look.
All right.
All right, you gotta listen here. You hear me? Listen.
Bro,
Listen, nigga.
I understand.
Nigga,
Hold on. I know.
Listen real quick. Listen.
I'm asking you questions.
4 Extras.
Orlando.
4 Extras level of restraint is we had the conversation that no matter what he says, please don't beat him up. And it's like he's fighting that the whole time because him putting his hand and yoking niggas up, he keeps looking over to like his group of his handlers, and he's like, I know I'm not supposed to do this. I'm sure there's a nigga over there that's looking like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Like consistently to why he keeps looking over, but he's like, I have to just, I don't know how else to stress to this nigga.
I gotta put my hands on this nigga.
I can touch it.
Because there's only been so many words
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
I can
bruh.
say. But
Yeah.
he's doing a good job. He's putting all his frustration on the table.
When,
Like, all the hits that
he yoked him like towards the end, and he was just like, I told you, stop playing with me, man. It's just,
And we
he
didn't
was
mention
pleading
this
with him.
in the beginning, but Orlando almost got jumped before the podcast
pod,
even
yeah.
started.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
So like,
yeah,
and it
that's
was
true. I forgot
by
about that.
one of 4 Extra homies because
Yeah.
Orlando was just doing too much.
Yeah.
He was just being Orlando and shit. Like the nigga just couldn't help it. But this literally kept happening again and again. Just play a couple seconds of this and then go straight to 25. But let's hear this real quick.
Lucifer being summoned. What if he shows up?
I have
You know you catting all the way out, right? You know you catting out, right?
Why you wouldn't beat me up in there? Nigga, why you wouldn't do it? Beat me up. I'm trying to tell you to bring the
That's why you
niggas.
trying to get somebody else on you because he
I would not have.
knock him out.
He wants these tattoos on his face, but he doesn't want the people that will go beyond that. And I'm asking them to come through him.
He'll go the whole way.
Well, he's not.
What's beyond that?
I'm asking them to come.
What's beyond that, nigga? We talking about these See, you sitting with Limit gonna get your ass rushed. That's what's about that.
You will never rush me.
Why would I want?
All right,
Why would I want? Why would I want? Why would I want? What the f wrong with this nigga? Why the f would I want rush
Does he
you?
look scary?
Why would I not rush you?
Are you
ain't-
saying that
ain't
he
gonna be
looks
the first
scary?
nigga I sock out, and you ain't gonna be the last nigga I sock out. Now tell me one reason why I want to sock you out.
All right, fine.
Yo, Orlando, he's got a good defense system though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, when he's on the ropes, it's just like, nigga, I'm silly. Remember?
It's almost like the Joker. Like he's able to just like don't hurt me too bad. Like
No, literally go to
makes him laugh.
Go to my bad.
Nah.
Go to 1 hour and 2 seconds, 45 seconds, right at the end, pretty much.
1 hour and how long?
1 hour to 45.
Got you.
He literally went into that limp
This is my
moment to talk
timestamp,
about
too.
where it's just like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
He's like, remember me? I'm fucking goofy.
Yeah, bruh.
But
Brody, you might sit it down because he about to go.
Nah, it's good. That's good. We
No,
definitely.
Kiki Palmer, I can't leave.
Who you call?
Kiki, you
gonna slap me?
Even just calling him a woman's name.
Slap me.
What's wrong with you, nigga?
Beat me up.
I don't want to fuck you up, kid. Don't play with me, nigga. What the fuck wrong with you?
Oh my God.
I'm not. Nigga, I'm about to slap this nigga, cuz. Don't play with me, nigga. On the dead homies, nigga. I'll fuck you up, nigga. Don't play with me, no Kiki Palmer, nigga. I'll break your fucking jaw on you. What's wrong with you, nigga?
All the pictures.
Dead homie.
All right, cool.
Let's start rolling, weird ass nigga.
Got it.
All right. No Jumper.
Alrighty.
Coolest podcast. The only place you can get this kind of content. Make sure you subscribe
Can
for
you
more
pause
like
real
this
quick?
in the very near.
Is Disney scarier than like the average Crip? Like
The
what
average
has
gang
he
neighborhood?
what has he experienced to where like being in this type of level, like being in this situation is just like, yo, like
I think so.
What could you do to me, really?
I think so, because I mean, there's like a certain level of like violence, PTSD, or whatever that shapes you, that I feel like, I don't know, maybe you can operate through life a little bit better just because it's a violent situation. I can avoid them or whatever, right? But like in a Disney situation or a grooming situation, like you're an innocent child and then you're exposed to like a Diddy party.
adult life.
And adult life at 12, where it's like that damage is completely different than just seeing somebody get their ass beat their whole life. Like it's that really twists your
It gives
brain.
you a warped perspective. It's like,
Of
you know,
everything.
getting my ass whooped isn't the worst thing that can happen to me.
It's honestly the best option,
Yeah.
the best route, because shit could be way worse.
Because he was a real star from like the age of 6. Like
Yeah.
Raven Simone.
Yeah.
Like he
And
was one of
before that,
those. He was in
yeah.
commercials and like other little
Major
goofy stupid
Pain,
stuff.
bunch of movies, yeah.
But Orlando Brown's a genius, man.
That is one complaint that I did hear. Like I saw in the comments, I think in these YouTube comments, where they were pretty much saying like you had Orlando Brown, but you didn't go through any of the like his actual resume. But
Yeah.
as
You
extensive.
think Orlando Brown remembers
He's
this though?
past that now.
100%. He definitely remembers it.
For sure.
You can get him to talk about it, but it's just that's not why you book Orlando Brown. Though.
That's not
That's not
Yeah.
why
You know
he
what I mean?
came.
Yeah.
He was trying to play with danger.
And he even talked about this whole, like throughout, I forgot the timestamp, but he was like, yo, like, I'm here for
This
a
shit
reason.
blew up.
I'm here for you to smack me.
Yeah,
like, please
yeah,
smack
yeah,
me.
yeah.
We'll go viral.
540,000 views in 5 days. Solid.
Which is a whole other thing. Like
Exactly, yeah.
if you as a kid at Disney got taught that like your body don't really belong to you, like it's kind of just for a commodity, it's for entertainment. Him getting his ass whooped in No Jumper is nothing.
Niggas, it's
I'm almost positive he was like on crack too. And like
Which-
junkies take all type of beatings from dealers, from other junkies. Like
from the drug.
they just get from the drug in itself. Like they just get beat up in life, and that is life.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember I worked with this junkie one time, nigga, and we was cool and shit. But long story short, he was on pills bad. This is when pills was popping back in the day. And I rode with him because we were gonna get weed and pills, like together. Long story short, the pill section of the run, this nigga went into like I'm in the car. He goes in to I think it's a Hardy's bathroom to meet the nigga to do the change. The nigga comes out holding his face, and the black dude just strolls to his car. It's like, he took my money and punched me, man. I was like, what the fuck? nigga. And it was just,
They both left out the bathroom together.
yeah, bro. Essentially, like,
He held the door
he
before the
ran
nigga.
out. Like, he ran out holding his face, jumped in the car, was like, what the fuck, man? It's like, nigga, eyes swart to swell. I said, you good, nigga? Oh, man, that shit.
Did he get caught off guard or something?
He's very robbable.
I know.
He's
I think I
defi-
know who you're talking about. Too.
He's
I ain't gonna
definitely
say it.
very robbable.
Okay.
He had to look like, some people just have that look like that's why the police stop you all the time. You just look like you're up to some bullshit.
Yeah,
Like, you know,
just
like
damn.
Sketchy.
yeah, some people he looks sketchy as a motherfucker. Like,
Damn, to punch a fiend in the face, especially for some pills.
but he's
pillheads,
he was also a rich fiend. So he also was pulling up the deals at like $400 or $500.
Yeah,
because he had the money to buy $500 worth of pills, but nigga,
he doesn't have the head.
He was
movement
also
to keep
dumb
the pills.
skinny, my nigga. Like it's like no, he had no squabble weight on any level.
Yeah,
he's probably 5'6", but like 120, like skinny, not like awkward. Look sketchy. Like he looked punchable as fuck.
He's Steve Rogers, not Captain America.
You could fly him on a kite.
Yeah, bro. There's just no way I can just like in my heart accept this $500, give you the pill. When one punch, you're gonna run, which is exactly what you did.
Yeah, like why take your money? Why I could take your ego?
Yeah, bro. It's just
your
this is
pride,
too easy.
A lot easier.
Or both. Yeah, because he robbed the nigga.
I did that shit one time. I robbed a nigga one time.
Robbed a junkie.
Yeah, and he was like a junkie. He looking for coke. And I didn't have none, but I was down bad. And I was living in Mebane. And I punched that nigga in the parking lot for like $200. And then come to find out he had like fake money. Like 40 of the dollars were like fake bills, like prop money. So he was already trying to get off on somebody.
Y'all was both on bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah, we were both on bullshit. So I never felt bad about it. I just like took his money, pushed him in the parking lot, got my car and left. And then I got home and I was like, this nigga was finna set. It was like, this was
some of the money real though?
Yeah, most of it was real. 40 out of the 200.
Only 40. Oh,
yeah, was real, was fake. But yeah, that was a wild time, man.
Failed
Mebane
robbery.
was crazy, right?
That's a special era.
Yeah, that was a special era, man.
That's the type of shit that happens over there.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
junkie.
That's the only place you get away with
Nigga
that.
said, you got some cool, but he wouldn't leave me alone. Like, I'm like, yeah, I got some. Hey, come out here. Sure, like.
Yeah, stand
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah. Stay right over here. Walk with me in this dark parking lot really quick.
What drug you think Orlando is taking? Like, I'm good at pointing out highs. I'm pretty good at that. You know, I pride myself in that, but
I would say alcohol. Because he doesn't have.
yeah.
I remember when they were suspecting him to being on crack, he looked like he was on crack. Like when they suspected him on harder drugs, it definitely looked like that. But he looks healthy, but turned up, sober and alcohol. Maybe a little Adderall.
Yeah, a little Adderall, a little weed, maybe a little Molly.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just a little.
He seemed like he just samples things.
Yeah, a lot of samples, like full blown alcohol, but like samples everything else.
And he might have had phases in life.
Yeah.
Now I'll do a little toot if it's on the table.
Yeah.
That type of shit.
But
he's at the point now.
I do not free base cocaine.
He's at the point now though that even when he's not off that shit, this is how he is.
Pretty much. And this is what sells.
Yeah.
This is what sells, just like Charleston White, essentially.
And he understands, man.
But yeah, that's about it. Oh, staying with Adam22 though. CoffeeZilla dropped a hit piece because Adam22 scammed his fans. He did what CoffeeZilla called a pump and dump, which for Adam22, that term is a crypto term, but for Adam22, a pump and dump is like right, like the one person, like you might have to change the terminology for because of what he's already in. You know what I'm saying?
He don't feel insulted.
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, but
you see my last work.
Yeah, he dropped a meme coin, and pretty much it was one of those where kind of just like what's the chick's name?
𝙾𝚃𝚃
did that, and it was a bunch of people have been accused of this. 𝙾𝚃𝚃 was the most recent one before then.
And even with 𝙾𝚃𝚃, is this really Adam or is this a team that has hit Adam like, yo, we can make some money together?
Well, Adam lied his way all the way through it. So at first it was just something that paid him to advertise.
Which is always what it is.
Yeah, but then
that's how they get you in the door.
But then he's also out there like, yo, I'm dropping my first meme coin. You know what I mean? So it's like, on one hand you say this, the other hand it's mine, it's me. I'm dropping this for the first time. Then he even had the nerve to do, after this thing blew up, and then the CoffeeZilla dropped his shit. Like put a tweet out that was like, yeah, guys, I wasn't really happy with the way like my first meme coin went. What are some things I could work on for the next time I fucking get you niggas
give me
over.
some pointers.
Yeah, right.
Like,
to fuck you over, and everybody feels better about it.
So he didn't say he was hacked.
No.
That's not the angle he took. That's usually the angle a lot of people take, though.
Yeah, he couldn't because there's also video of like, yo, what's up? It's Adam22. I'm dropping my first meme coin.
Got this meme coin.
Yeah, that's no hack can do that. You know what I'm saying?
AI ain't that
and that's
advanced.
the thing with these pump and dumps, these rug pulls.
Yeah.
It goes so deep. Like, I'm not a professional in crypto, So I don't know the specifics and like
Ice Poseidon did one too. Sorry. Yeah,
like the caveats. But how many people had like the most percentage of the coin?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember what they said the damage was in terms of financially. Was it from it?
Yeah.
Poetic Flacco's also roped.
It couldn't have been that much.
Yeah.
Poetic Flacco's roped into this as well too, because he was also doing the same thing. Like they were doing it together. Like it was something that probably somebody did bring to them. And they were like, yo, let's do this, blah, blah, blah. They did it together, and niggas are killing both of them now for it.
Yeah, Point and Shoot made it seem like it was kind of Flacco's idea, maybe.
I believe that.
That like he put it in Adam's ear, and he was like, oh, word? All right, mean coin. Pump and dump. You know, I love a pump and dump.
Pump and dump.
Why not add one more to my week? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They probably did know.
But CoffeeZilla's hit piece was like, made Adam look even worse too, because CoffeeZilla was like, bro, this dude hit me up like a year or two ago, whenever the first time I hit him up. I can't remember exactly when the date was, and was like, yo, I love your page, like how you expose these people that do these things. Like, yo, it's so stupid. You can always see it from a mile away. Like, you should come through and do an interview. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got DMs with CoffeeZilla commending him and also like joking on the niggas that are so stupid that they won't get caught doing it. And then he come to find out a year or two later, he would do it. Even though I don't know why he did that, just because I feel like Adam's beat the allegations. We know Adam will do almost 100%. Adam will do everything for money. Like I feel like for globally, when the 𝔓𝔦𝔑 with Jason Love, that told everybody globally what it was. But like if you were a No Jumper watcher, you knew that before too. He did things in the past where you're like,
it was a build-up.
Yeah, it was a build-up. It's like you might have known before, but globally it was all on the standard of, hey man, I will do what I got to do to get that check one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't even know why he even tried to lie about it and make it seem like it wasn't something else. I just don't know why he didn't, but he did lie about it, long story short. He tried to take some fake accountability. We can watch a little bit of this CoffeeZilla one first though, because he gets right to it per usual.
And dumped his fans after being warned by me that this would happen. And after telling me what a fan he was few years ago, saying how bad it is when influencers do these kinds of deals, only now he's doing it. Our story starts in 2021. Best channel of all time, dude. I just finally started watching and I've been hooked. If you ever want to make it to LA, let's do a podcast. I said, hey, I'm in Texas, but if I'm in LA, I'll stop by. It's nice to see people rally around how scummy these influencer crypto deals are. When I started the series, I wasn't sure if anyone would care. It's like, influencer does something shady, every 60 seconds, a minute passes. Here's what's interesting. Adam22 said, yeah, made me so glad I never took any deals. People were trying to send me to promote random coins. Although once I watched your video and saw them making $200K for it and kind of regretted it, haha. That, ladies and gentlemen, that haha is foreshadowing. People admit stuff in their jokes. You know, sometimes people will joke like, wouldn't it be crazy if I...
So okay, so he's even told him, yeah, nigga, I'd do it for the check for 200.
Yeah, you know, just between us.
But then on the most recent episode of the No Jumper show, he's like, okay, let me take some accountability. I didn't scam. It's like, nigga, what? Why don't you just keep the same energy all the time?
Yeah.
To make just make your life easier.
Yeah, but tell the same lie.
Yeah.
And just have it be consistent. So at least, you know, you look a little bit more confident on the stand.
Should it matter if like the number of people that got scammed is like minuscule?
I wonder how many people.
No.
Because
I really wonder how
if
many
not enough people got scammed, then the coin worked. You know what I mean? Because all of it is a scam per se.
It's all belief.
It's all belief.
It's something greater than. It's like it takes everybody believing in it for it to have value.
You know what I mean?
And it's really only really bad like when a Logan Paul will do it, when a Jake Paul will do it.
Because
we know millions, like at least maybe not millions, but we know a solid 100,000 got fucked over, and they were probably under 18.
Probably.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Most
at least,
likely, yeah.
And that's another thing. Like,
But how
are
many
people
do you-
even feeling bad for the people that got scammed? Probably not.
I haven't heard. It's really about dunking on
Exactly.
Adam right now.
Yeah,
it's
not a
nothing
lot
to
of-
deal with the victims.
There's not a lot of. I haven't seen a single testimony of like, yo,
I
Adam
haven't
did me
either.
dirty with this.
That's what I'm saying. So, in my opinion, coin worked. Not enough
If you have to
people. Not enough
apologize
people got
after-
scammed.
But if you have to apologize after something didn't go right,
no, this coin is designed to do that. It's all these type of coins are designed as pump and dumps, so they always work.
Oh, so in the green, I get what you're saying.
Like they always work essentially as long as you have enough people to buy in. That's really all it comes down to.
He's even proven that he's known that this could be a shady venture.
I know it's a shady venture, but shit.
But this one might work without a lawsuit.
Right, yeah.
Exactly.
A little 200,000.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about paying back that much.
And do you think the kicking with CoffeeZilla was just maybe so like, if I get cool with him,
he might have been trying to warn
if I get close with him, it might kind of go over the radar.
He might spare me.
Yeah.
CoffeeZilla's taking the approach of this nigga, he's a scumbag.
Adam is smart enough to know
disgusting.
that he's not going to spare him though. I don't think Adam was doing that as like a, hey, let's be buddies. Like I think we should be cool friends.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know either though. It could be one of two things. Maybe I'll spare him, and then at some point when it happens, hopefully he'll spare me. But especially let me get this interview out the way first.
Or maybe
if I can get a no jumper interview out the way.
And maybe he thought that at bare minimum that if everything goes wrong and CoffeeZilla brings up the fact that I kind of had a conversation with it beforehand, it could kind of like shift the perspective in my favor just a little bit.
Well, it'd be a different tone video. It would be a look, man, we know this guy was a scumbag.
Yeah.
He told me in 2021. But CoffeeZilla still took the approach of, I can't believe it.
I can't believe he
How
tried
fucking scummy this nigga is after he told me he would do it.
CoffeeZilla's the most unscammable nigga alive.
And it wasn't a no jumper coin. He just got paid to promote.
Yeah, a meme coin. Yeah, some meme coin from some other company that like built the whole infrastructure.
And that's enough leeway to not really get that much ridicule because he did his job. Like
they're all like that. The only ones who had their own identity was like the Paul brothers. But that's because they were like big enough to do it.
Maybe the Yeezy coin.
Yeah, even that too. But this
I got an email about that.
West.
Yeah, but even the 𝙿𝙾𝚃 chick, it was some other company, the 𝙼𝙾𝚃𝚃, some other company. It's the crypto company is coming to you with the deal because they've already got it set up.
They need your face. Like,
right, yeah.
Like nobody just knows the crypto company, but we know, oh shit, 𝙿𝚃, she got a Phlegm coin out.
Right, right.
We go cop that shit.
But those are pretty fire, actually.
Pretty funny.
That was hard.
She probably should watch this podcast.
Right, I ain't gonna lie.
Might have went better.
I mean, if this wasn't gonna be so Joe Budden heavy this episode, Phlegm coin needs to be the title.
Yeah.
Actually, just write it down anyway.
We'll keep it for something. We might drop it, nigga. We got the Phlegm coin.
But yeah, let's listen to Adam. I guess do his thing or whatever.
I just want to reveal something. And this is going to be like catnip to the people out there who claim that I'm no accountability 22.
Let's hear it.
Oh, wow.
Let's hear it.
I was scammed.
You were scammed?
Listen, someone told me that they had a bag for me to promote a crypto token. I guess I didn't process initially that it was going to be perceived as like me starting a crypto token. When it was proposed to me, they told me, Moneybag Yo just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. The Baby just did this. He didn't have any significant amount of backlash. Here's a couple other rappers that are set to do this in the next couple days. I take the payment. Then I look at the text that they want me to post. And I think that it was a little bit outside of the realm of what I should have posted. I think I should have made it more clear that this was merely a project that in my heart of hearts, as a non-crypto guy, I was excited about. I think I should have made it more clear that this was not something that I had that I had created out of thin air. I didn't realize, I guess in so many words what I'm saying, I didn't realize it was going to be labeled the 𝚑𝚃 token.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you. So you signed up for something called 𝚑𝚃 token and didn't realize this?
I didn't know that it was a 𝚑𝚃 token. I thought it was just a token. I didn't know what the name of it was going to be. I feel like the guy who created it maybe kind of got one over on me right there by naming it the 𝚑𝚃 token. I'm okay with that. That's not the...
He thought out of all the people that got scammed, he wasn't going to be another one of those suckers.
And it's weird that he would think that because it didn't seem like he asked a lot of questions in the negotiation. Of like, okay, so what would the script be that I have to post?
Tell me I get 100,000, or let's just say probably more modest numbers. Tell me you can give me 87,000 to make 2 tweets. That's it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't even care what the name of the coin is.
Yeah, fuck it.
Don't matter.
Yeah.
2 tweets?
Yeah.
87?
Yeah.
Bring that paperwork over here.
And they
then
might give
end
you
up
a
in
way in.
situations like this.
Yeah, because Adam made money on the back end too off that coin. Like,
Yeah, I think it's more of a one-time payment thing. It's more like that pump and dump shit. It's not a residuals come in. It's
but they don't. But I'm saying that
buy in, cash out. You got
The
it.
thing is, like, there was a point in time where I think celebrities were getting manipulated into these cryptocurrency
They definitely were.
deals.
There was
but
definitely-
at this
yeah.
point, it's been too many of them that didn't work out. To
Kind-
where you gotta know by now. It's like
I think I saw Kanye. I think he put out a
The
tweet. It was
Yeezy
like
coin or
a
whatever?
week ago. Well, not about the Yeezy coin, even though I got a text about that shit. It was like,
you invest in it?
I guess they got my email from one of them Yeezy pods.
Yeah, I'm about to say being on the website. Yeah.
I mean, you guess, nigga. You gave it to him.
But
And they texting you.
he had
Hell
posted
yeah.
a message,
They know a
right?
sucker when they see one.
They know.
No.
We could bully this guy.
I've been on the website. They ain't texting me.
What you mean? Because you ain't bought nothing yet. Look at you. But fucking in the messages, it was talking about how like somebody was texting him like, yeah, you know, we got this for you. We got this for you. All you got to do is say you're hacked after this amount of time. But before then, you got to make a video promoting it. And he showed the whole script.
Oh,
and
yeah.
somebody below it posted like 4 celebrities that did that exact thing. One was 𝔓𝔦𝔑. I think the other one was
I saw
Usher.
that. Yeah.
I forgot the other one's probably Lil Baby.
It's a couple of them that have done it.
Moneybag Yo. He probably sounds
The
like
money
he
is
did
too.
shit.
We got to get with a crypto company because they just really be looking to give money away or some
Yeah.
like crypto companies. To me, move like launder companies. Like they just move like
casinos.
Yeah, like casinos, like just like drug dealers that are. I have to wash this money now. Like I don't care if you have a name or not. Let me give you $40,000 right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it just feels like they always.
Please, I can't get caught with this shit.
Bro, it's like they have to get that shit off so fast. That's how it always seems.
Well, they only go after people that have like a lot of dummies following.
Not all the time because I know people, I'm talking about in a small business level, niggas who have cleared over $100,000, $120,000, $110,000 partnering with crypto companies for 3-4 months. Like on some small business shit.
And so what role are they playing? They're just promoting the coin?
Yeah, doing events, surrendered around.
Just doing little small local
like,
things and just going out. Yeah.
And got $100,000. No clout. Like clout, but not like Adam22, Usher, Glorilla Clark. You know what I mean? Like the level us.
Did they pump and dump them, or was it like, you know, everybody was copacetic?
They might have.
They liked the result.
Well, they were fine, but they might have. It's. I feel like that shit only happens to the people that like have enough to invest, or the cloud or whatever like that. Like you're not really getting hurt if you're just like a nigga who can catch you a little deal from a crypto company.
Yeah,
I think like if you in content and you got a crypto coin, that might be like our version of selling your soul.
Do you believe in crypto? I mean, they've been telling us for a long time it's here, but I don't know if I still don't believe in it. I'm starting to believe in it more because every so often I see a crypto ATM.
I'm into crypto.
But that's really about it, dog. Outside, I need to see a lot more ATMs because I don't see them that often.
And you mean in the sense to where it's like when crypto takes over, because a lot of times when niggas talk about it, they just like buying and trading.
Right. And
stuff.
what
like you're
I
talking
mean
about
by-
where the currency actually takes over. You go to McDonald's and get a large fry off of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right. Or I'm on the website and it's pay us directly, pay through PayPal, pay through crypto. Like that's not consistent. That's what I'm talking about.
Seem like you
I
buy
thought
that
it was
shit-
gonna be here by now though. That's how they made it seem at least.
Nah,
what's up with
you
the
can
boys?
buy shit with crypto.
You can.
Like you can, but it's not.
Yeah.
It is a different type of process.
Right.
I don't know if that process is easier than wiring money, like cash and going to a bank.
Simple, though.
I don't know.
Are you trying to compare the two processes?
I'm trying to compare the two processes as if like, I mean, shit, like if the only reason and there's not the same amount of money there is in the world, it's not the same for like Bitcoin. There's a lot more hand cash than there is Bitcoin. But it's like a growing market. It's gonna keep going up. It's gonna keep going up.
They always say that.
That's what I'm just
It's
trying
gonna
to figure
keep
out
going up,
when
bro.
though.
Yeah.
Like when
It's
do I go
going
on
up.
the website and I see pay here, PayPal, crypto?
Half of crypto is just hope. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
like
just
being
I
able to
don't know.
look at the sun and be like, yeah, one day this is gonna make sense. Like,
I know it's a very real thing that I've seen people turn those computer numbers into greenbacks. I've seen that.
Yeah.
But
that's what I'm about. Like,
yeah, right.
Where does that alchemy happen at?
Yeah. But it's always when I ask, I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
you got a computer that's mining the coins.
Yeah,
and
it's a
putting
lot
it over
of
there.
shit.
Like, nigga, where you gonna buy something with this? Like, what?
It's not about buying, man. It's about investing, man.
I don't know. I just don't believe in it. I just don't believe in it personally.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with these.
It's a new market.
These papers.
It's like putting
stick with them greenbacks.
Money
with them papers,
with
man.
them dead hypocrites.
No different.
Them slave masters.
Yeah.
Said them slave masters.
But yeah.
Talking about Adam.
Talking about money, man.
Yeah.
Double entendre.
Let's go over to this. I really don't have much for this right here now, just because we're gonna get into more Rory and 𝙾𝚂. But Rory and 𝙾𝚂, they signed a new deal. We'll look up what the name of the deal is.
We'll sound more excited, man.
Don't have it off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Signed a new deal. Yeah.
You don't have to do it like that. Let me just get it out.
Yeah.
They signed a new deal. This is like right after the midst of them leaving, not leaving, kicking that nigga Julian to the curb.
Yeah.
Then within like, that drama unfolded for maybe like 2 weeks. The deal came in week 3. That rollout has been beautiful. You know what I mean? Fired a nigga at the top of the year. He took a 2-week hiatus, dropped 2 episodes, a little spat back and forth.
Yep.
The mystery surrounding what's going on. Signed a new deal. Eden returns.
It was beautiful.
Yep.
Perfect. It's like breaking up with your girl right before Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So, you subvert her expectations.
They learn from the best,
it's a
man.
sports company. What's the name of this company?
That I don't know yet.
Oh, I thought it was there. But it is a sports company because they've also added another show. And they have like a virtual version where it looks like they're going to be just interviewing athletes pretty much.
Okay.
And it's a new weekly show. Don't know what day of the week it drops. But it's also, so far we've seen it be virtual. Them talking to people virtually. But Rory and 𝙾𝚂 don't know ball. That's the name of the show. Rory and 𝙾𝚂 don't know ball.
Rory talking about basketball.
Where we discuss all things music with some of our favorite
I can see
in
that.
the sports wide world. Episode 1 is out now with the legendary Real Pac-Man 24.
I mean,
what level of athlete do you think they're going to be able to routinely get?
Pac-Man is
Jaden
pretty
Daniels.
up there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all have to tell me, but Pac-Man's up there.
You know what I mean? Like, the first one is cool. But
There's
Jaden
just-
McDaniels? Jaden McDaniels would be cool.
Jaden Daniels type. They have to go strong with like hopefully an Anthony Edwards type of nigga. That would be dope.
Nah.
But a lot of these podcasts ain't getting a like that.
In
like
the middle of the season.
It's like, you're getting a lot of
season
like,
2 shit.
and then like you get a lot of people that are retired or they had like a strong 5 years, 6 years, and then they just decided not to play no more. I feel like that's how a lot of those sports ecosystems like Barstool and shit like that be like operating. It's like a lot of people that are important, but it ain't Jalen Hurts. He's not jumping off, getting a Super Bowl, and then popping into at his local podcast.
Where has Bronny went? Bronny's never been anywhere, right?
Not that
Bronny
I've
just
seen.
be in the LA Lakers news press conferences.
Yeah, not that I've seen.
You know what I mean?
Not in the gym.
His
But I think
word
they're
is for that.
signed to an agency.
Yeah,
But that would be dope though if they get Bronny.
Doesn't Maul have his own individual like NBA contacts? Like, wasn't he running in them circles?
Yeah, it was with the nigga that's on
Brandon Jennings.
That's
Jennings.
on Gil's Arena.
Yeah,
now.
but I don't know. I thought he had more homies than that. Because him and Brandon Jennings not cool.
It's with the volume though, isn't it? That's what I thought it
the
was.
volume. Thank you.
Yeah,
it
was
is with the volume. Yeah, it is with the volume.
How many M's?
That I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think it was.
Undisclosed. They
Yeah, I
didn't
was
show
about to
the
say,
accounting?
Nah, they didn't.
That's hypocritical.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I do think there's
you can
a
at least
market.
put it on a
A 5-word spreadsheet.
Yeah, an Apple Notepad for us. You know what I'm saying? Just
Like,
post that on the story.
I do think there's a market for more of this for athletes though. Like, you know what I'm saying? With the resurgence of the new media shit where they're doing their own podcasts, like that has started to turn into, I think a lot of these niggas probably just want to go talk about shit that's not ball. Like just go somewhere and like talk about ball a little bit, but also
athletes
just like
to go somewhere.
athletes just go somewhere else. We could just pod on some regular shit.
The thing is, there's too many like to choose from.
Who else is doing that for real like that?
Oh wait, too many shows.
There's too many places for them to go and do that exact same thing to where it's like they might not even reach Rory and Mal because there's so many podcasts in between.
Who are actually like past NBA players who like have the credence and respect for them to want to go.
But
current ones.
I'm saying I think that's starting to get played out.
Paul George shit is.
But he's still getting niggas to come on there. He gets Chet Holmgren
He
on
plays
there.
like
He got
butt.
Wemby on there. Like he's got that.
He about to be out the league.
Nah, he ain't gonna be out the league.
All I'm saying is that's not a new thing anymore. People like new
Right,
things.
right, right.
So that's not a new thing anymore. Going to the NBA player who has his own podcast, there's a million of those now.
Yeah.
So it's not the new thing anymore to do. So like,
So where do you think, like, how do you think they're gonna fall? You think they're gonna talk to up and coming high schoolers?
I think if Maul has NBA contacts
same-
and they has good quality content that come from it, I think that would entice other players to go and talk about a little bit of ball, but a bunch of regular other shit.
Yeah, they're definitely gonna get some guests in there. But I'm just saying, Paul George is gonna get a lot of these niggas before anybody.
Nigga, Zach Randolph
Bro,
and
there's so many. of them.
Draymond
It's like, that's
Green
not
got
like.
one.
I don't know if that's like
Even
but what
Gil's
is that-
Arena.
Yeah, but what does that mean though, nigga? There's like 100 sports shows, and there's so many players. Like,
But the thing is,
like not excluding all current, all these retroactive niggas who used to play. Like, it's so many niggas that want to tell their story or that have clout because they were on a sports team. There's so many places to go. Even when like you really look at like Barstool, nigga. What do niggas know Barstool for? If they weren't watching a sports show on there, it's because the $1 million worth of game. That's really about it, right?
Depends on what color you are.
Well, that's what I'm talking. I said niggas.
Yeah, because
I did,
okay,
yeah. But like, if you are over there for real for sports, nigga, they have a lot of sports content to decipher through.
They got
and I don't
pizza
know.
reviews.
They got a lot of shit. I don't know any of them niggas over there, but I know it is a healthy ecosystem that is constantly rotating.
That shit is a variety channel.
And every so often we hear about somebody fucking somebody at work or trying to get some pussy at work. And that's when I learned about the podcast for the first time. Like, I feel like if they're in a sports, if they're signed to the Volume, a sports podcasting network a media company, it's a win-win. It's
gonna turn up.
Well, first of all, you have to, nigga. I need something related to sports that my sports people like. That's gonna happen regardless. It's got to.
I can see Maul talking about boxing. Like, is it just gonna be like what type of sports?
I think it's all
Probably gonna start
sports
basketball.
You think it's all sports?
Yeah.
You think Rory knows about all sports, nigga?
I don't know what them niggas know about.
Well, it's called They Don't
I
Know
don't think
Ball.
it matters though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't know.
They just got to know the dude that they talking
Right,
to.
and know how to have a good conversation.
Mhm.
Like, that's it. But the entry point is pretty low.
All sports that got a ball. Football, soccer, nigga.
So I guess nobody can say that they're not motivated.
But let's take a look at I like the virtual setup. That shit was kind of clean though. That's not going to be a good example. Go to their YouTube. I should have put that in there. I just put that in there because that was Rory's tweet kind of announcing it. But
I got you.
Yeah, we'll go to the YouTube. Their little virtual setup. That shit was clean. It made at first I thought it was like a whole new podcast setup, but it's just a virtual one.
Seemed like Maul's hats are getting a little fancier. You better be careful, dog. Saw what happened to Joe.
He getting new money. He's about to bedazzle his beanie.
The one with Pac-Man, yeah, right there. What are the views at too? Looking like regular looks like. I think it's at
14K is regular.
Yeah. Well, it's actually a little bit lower. It's actually lower than their podcast.
Yeah. Something like this look.
New Rory and Maul.
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
Yeah.
That green screen don't look bad.
No, it's clean.
No, it's cool. I
feel like I'm trapped in a box with him.
Yeah, it's a little busy.
And then even when I didn't even see this full version.
Is this
There's
live?
a lot going on.
Go to when Pac-Man gets on screen.
Is this live?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it live? No, I don't know.
Right here.
Well, why they got this fucking green screen?
This is a lot more. Yeah, like right here. This is a lot more organized.
I'm gonna play it with audio.
No.
Okay.
We're just looking. Just a lot more less busy, I think, organized.
Put it on the screen real quick.
Oh yeah, go ahead. The logos look like they got upgraded too, or that's just the neon version of them, the computerized neon version.
They put some minoxidil on the
You
beard.
do a lot with a green screen, man.
You can. For sure can.
He's at that fucking like indoor golf place too.
Are you about to play the volume on this?
No.
Okay, I was lucky sitting here waiting for you to do it.
Yeah, nah.
But
Yeah.
it's a cool setup. It can be a little bit busy. Like,
Yeah.
it would be cool if like the green and the red was just kind of still, because then you can just like kind of focus.
Yeah,
on
the
something.
background music.
It keeps moving. It's like,
trippy.
I'm paying attention to what's going on over there.
Because even on these side views, it's moving.
This looks like the tunnel to Joe Rogan's other studio when he was in that alien ship
I think
looking
those are
toaster.
supposed to, Are those supposed to be blinds?
I don't know.
They're definitely listening to some music.
It looks like Matrix material, like
does.
those neon.
It does. The letters running
It's a
down.
bunch of
Whatever
code.
that is.
But yeah, shout out Rory and Mal. This looks dope. I hope you niggas keep it up.
Hey, shout out to them, man. They tapping into a new bag.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
the sports bag is in right now. Everybody's doing it,
And they brought Eden back.
Yeah.
which is another thing.
We had said that too. Like you
We
were
did,
like,
didn't we?
Yeah, like
You had to
couple
make
weeks ago.
room for him.
Yeah.
Should we visit Julian? Should we see what he's up to?
No, we don't have to do that.
Should we
It
board
wasn't on the
ourselves?
itinerary, you know what I mean?
I
We can-
watched the Julian podcast, Something Wrong with This Podcast, for 2 weeks and had enough.
I thought you said it was going to be amazing.
He says that when everything new happens.
I didn't say that. I said I could see the value that he was bringing to the Rory Malt podcast. That's exactly what I said, actually.
You
And
said the
And I
show.
also saw the structure.
Okay.
Said all those
But
things.
and you did say that with the hopes that would transfer into this show being good, though. It wasn't just like a
Yeah, I can see it becoming good because it wasn't anything with structure because you could see it. Like if there's no structure and it sucks, it's like at least he had things to say, points. It was organized. Like nigga went through a show. Most niggas can't even get through a show without completing the thought.
It's like you giving him credit for filling the book up with words.
Yeah, because most people can't fill up the book with words. Most people.
Yeah, and that's just
And
the
that's
first
just-
step. Then you gotta the words
Most
gotta be
people
good
and,
words.
and most people don't have the first step. So that means a lot. It could go up or down. It's just-
You giving them
it's something.
participation trophies and shit.
No, I'm not. I made it clear. I don't have to repeat myself. I didn't though.
Moray went on Vlad. I watched that shit.
What happened to that nigga?
He signed a bad contract.
I knew
overall.
he did. He told us he signed a bad contract at his first no
It
jumper
was a
interview.
bad contract.
I remember his no jumper interview. Adam's not even the type of nigga like on some Joe Budden shit to be like,
Yeah.
so what's your deal like? It was just the way he was talking. I was like,
Nigga was all
oh.
melancholy.
He was like, hey, man, I don't know, man. It's just I just know they're gonna take care of me. I said, oh man, this nigga's getting fucked. Like you just knew it. It was so obvious. I'm not surprised.
And for him to be from NC, it's like we cannot catch a break.
Nigga career was quicksand.
That's why J. Cole's J. Cole.
And there's only one.
And I never even listened to I listened to 30 seconds of that new track.
J. Cole's new song?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I want to listen to it. I haven't heard it either.
I've heard it.
You want to listen to it? And
You
just
ain't
take
heard
it
it?
out the show? No, I haven't. Yeah, all right. Joe Budden Podcast, it is 10-year anniversary since the show has started. It has been a long 10 years. It has been many ups and downs. There's been a bunch of different changes over these last 10 years in terms of podcasting in general, the shifts in the landscape, the shifts in the business, creating infrastructure that wasn't there before for podcasting in general, that even though it felt like it might have been just something that was happening on the black side, the Joe Budden Podcast has moments that also influence things that were happening on the business side of the white side as well too. Him and Joe, I would say like him and Joe Rogan were kind of like spearheading and pioneering that shit. You know what I mean? Like Joe Rogan, because didn't they come at the same time to Spotify?
No, Joe Budden got there
Budden was
first.
first.
Joe Budden got there
Joe
first.
Budden got there
was first.
first. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
Joe
Okay,
Rogan
sorry,
got
yeah.
a better deal because of Joe Budden's
Yes.
terrible deal.
Right, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So, yeah, there's been a lot of things
Just
that's
like
taken
the white
place over
man.
the last 10 years. They did the 10-year anniversary. They did a 10-year anniversary episode. We should pop this picture up just so people can see. And you know what? I don't know how that's going to be. I guess the double click is not working.
Nah.
I was
you,
wondering. Yeah, I was wondering like what
Do
this.
this though.
Yeah, like how does this work? You know, we're trying Google
can do
Notes.
this.
Lauren, you're a genius.
So yeah, you know, they up the set. It looks beautiful. It's a good 10-year little thing, you know.
Say beautiful again.
It looks beautiful.
Should they
That's
have
so
had
nice.
Rory call in?
That'd have been good.
Maybe just a little bit. Because out of everybody who used to be a part of this during this episode, Rory was the only one that really got kind of
brought up,
mentioned
yeah.
slightly
Yeah.
favorable. Like Maul wasn't mentioned at all, I don't think.
It's up forever in that situation.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it's too personal. It's too close to home.
yeah.
Because of Maul. I think Joe, of course, would be like, yeah, of course, I'll fuck with Maul.
Yeah, but even recently, it's like, you know, in terms of the biz, well, no, it's always going to be that. Joe just did that thing recently where he was saying, well, Maul did that interview with them niggas in Atlanta. We didn't cover it, but I saw it where they were asking him, well, can they ever reconcile? And he was like, no, never.
He was
It's
like,
for
never,
life.
yeah.
So that was just a month fresh. Julian just left and was also echoing the same things that Joe has always said about Maul.
Yeah.
This nigga's lazy. He just shows up for a check. So it's never, I don't think they're ever really going to hear too much favorable shit in terms of this. But in the midst of their celebration, before we even get to the podcast, so pretty much I think what we're going to do is over the last 10 years, highlight just some of the pivotal moments, start from the beginning, and just kind of talk about either era. I don't know whether we should call it eras. Even when we were talking about it
story acts.
And I was thinking acts, because when we were talking about it before the show started, I was like, I guess this is like the third act.
Mm-hmm.
But the third act would be the end of the movie, but it does feel like,
you know, they might have a sequel or a post-credit scene.
Yeah, this does feel like the third act movie term wise. You know what I mean?
Some movies have like 5 acts though, don't they?
I don't know. That I don't know. I should have looked that up so we can just have more.
I think those are documentaries, Juan. 5 acts.
How many people thought like they would make it this long and be this successful, like around Joe? Because Joe was like a laughing stock.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Because
in a lot of moments, actually.
you know, doing research, you know, he had got dropped from his label, kind of.
He did.
Like,
Yeah, he did.
kind of.
It was just
Jay-Z.
it was just a lot of shit going on. It's like, yo, you kind of ass right now, and Joe was like, you're not treating me right, so they separated and shit. And the nigga was just a laughing stock, and he made a hip hop podcast, which is even more lame when you think about it.
Oh, he was definitely lame as fuck when this
He
started. For
nigga
sure.
made a hip hop podcast,
nah.
which
Yeah.
sounds very, you know, even now, like, shit, this hip hop podcast.
Hip-hop
Right,
podcast.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like they looked at him funny when he was almost the anchor on Hot 97. It was like,
Yeah.
you can't be a rapper and like be dropping albums at the same time you talk to people every day at 6 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
Nah, man.
Well, let's start. I guess let's just start at the beginning then. Let's start at the very beginning. The first episode.
You want to read this?
When the Joe Budden podcast started, we're just gonna wrap it into the first section. You gotta take me off.
I got what?
I'm on mute.
Oh, my fault.
Yeah.
All right, February 18th, 2015. Joe Budden teams up with Rory Farrow, who spent time working with Sony Music, managed artists and crossed paths with Joe around 2014 throughout hip hop circles and mutual friends. Marissa Mendez was also on the show. First of all, it wasn't even the Joe Budden podcast. The first name of the podcast was I'll name this podcast later.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it featured Joe Budden, Marissa Mendez, and Rory Farrow.
No, Rory wasn't there yet. Peter Rosenberg
Rosenberg was actually first.
were the very first
The actual
two
very
voices
first.
that were
Yeah.
on the pod. I think Rory got there like episode 7.
Right, that's
Something
true.
a little bit later, and it wasn't even like an official thing. He just
showed up.
This is my friend Rory that I've mentioned a couple times on the pod before, so you kind of got like an
Yeah.
idea of who he could be. This is not
Yeah.
a complete stranger.
One
and then
thing that-
Rory
yeah.
just kept coming back.
Yeah, one thing that also too that I remember is this podcast was uploaded on SoundCloud, and I remember one of the things that Rory said was he might not have been on camera, but the original email that the SoundCloud account that it was uploaded on, it was his email on there. Like he was there from the beginning because he created the email account. He created the SoundCloud account that the podcast
His email was the backbone that
Of the
their
pod.
podcast was built on.
right. So even though he wasn't on camera, that's
As
what
important
he
as
said.
Joe's name.
Right. So, but Rosenberg was definitely there. I feel like Rosenberg might have had one of those things where he was like, okay, yeah, you use the studio where I have the equipment. You know?
Yeah, I think the story goes like Rosenberg helped engineer and get the space for the
Right.
first couple of episodes in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
But you know, as most relationships in the JBP history, this shit eventually soured.
Yeah. And after 10 years, Rosenberg did post something on his Twitter. Happy anniversary, Joe and company. No need to mention any of the original people who started with you. We all know you love us, .. And knowing that Joe never shows any love or reaches out to me in any way to come on the show or do anything. But Joe would have made something great happen no matter what. He is a true talent. It would have just been cool to be acknowledged, to acknowledge those who believe in you from the very beginning. So he was a little hurt, you know, because
He still sounds like he believes in him.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, man, we could have had so many good podcasts together.
On the 10-year anniversary, the person that was there with him in the very beginning is hurt that Joe gave zero acknowledgement to him, but he's ignored him for
A long time.
It's been so long. I don't even remember the last time he brought that nigga's name up, even just to kind of joke at him or nothing. Like, it's been forever, bro.
Yeah. But, you know, just because you were there for the start doesn't mean that you were supposed to be a part of the whole journey. Normally,
Rosenberg
people
was
leave
out
a
of there
little bit more
pretty fucking
respectfully.
quick too, bro.
Yeah,
it
because
wasn't that long though.
And it's because he had to. You remember the whole Power 105 versus Hot 97 beef?
Yeah.
So in the middle of that, that's when Joe and Brilliant Idiots did their collab.
Yeah.
And so
That's
that
right.
kind of looks crazy. He told
That
Marissa,
does.
like, hey, don't pull up today. You know, you're not needed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Didn't tell Rosenberg. Because I think, there was even a little beef that, like, I think Joe wanted Rosenberg there more than Rosenberg could actually commit to being the engineer. So that was his own thing. And then it eventually fell out.
Joe went in head first in terms of like ready to like,
I'm
okay,
ready to do this now.
This is the team. Yeah, I need you to be here every time
Yeah.
the team is together.
And
yeah.
you said you was going to help me.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said you was going to be a part of this.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, you know, 10 years later, you want to tweet and do sentimental shit. You couldn't show up consistently.
Did you? I watched I'll name this podcast later a lot. I watched all of I'll name this podcast later up until it's not like I stopped watching, but I wasn't Joe, Rory, and Maul era is not my golden era of the Joe Budden podcast for me personally. It is the I'll name this podcast later era. For sure, I'd say that.
I
Like
don't
your
remember
favorite
much.
era just in terms of the content that it was producing?
Yeah, and it was just everything was so new, bruh. Everything was so new. It was like I only had a rotation of whatever loudspeaker I had and the Joe Budden podcast, and I'll name this podcast. Like the rotation wasn't heavy. I relied on that shit every week because it was once a week for Brilliant Idiots. It was I'll name this podcast later.
A little Tech Stone in there.
A little Tech Stone, yeah, at some point, yeah. So it was, it was pretty important. And I thought I liked that. I thought Marissa Mendez was great on there too. Like I thought their relationship and whatever was good too. Like she definitely had annoying quirks and shit, but.
Yeah, that's the main sentiment for her.
That's what
Hot 97 and
who gives a
annoying
fuck?
ports.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's what like everybody got annoying. Everybody served their role. It was a great lineup, that first lineup. It wasn't meant to last forever. I don't think it didn't obviously, but I can't see that as like that definitely wasn't the lineup that was going to take them to the moon though.
Is
I can see
Marissa
that.
better than
M4?
M4?
Very different. Very, very different. They
So
were really
yes.
friends in the beginning. So yeah.
So yes.
Whoa, wait, better?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Mel's had more time to flesh herself out.
Marissa also came from
She
hip hop.
definitely had a lot
She
more to
came.
flesh
She was a writer. So she wrote.
That's a fact.
She wrote for
She wasn't no slack in
This
no
Is 50?
conversation.
I forgot.
She wasn't a slack in no conversation. She fanned out too much.
Yeah.
I remember that was one of their beefs is that she was fanning out over Drake too much, I think.
That was
That can
that
be
was
fun
part
too. You
of
just
it.
make fun of her for doing it.
Yeah, but it was like too much. Like, and then the nigga Joe, I got sick of it at one point.
Yeah.
And that was
especially
like
when the nigga
I think
keeps
that was
subbing.
what she attributes to. She was like, he just couldn't handle it no more. Like
Yeah.
the fact that I fucked with Drake. So he had to get
the
me
whole
up out of
Tahiri situation and whatnot.
there. Yeah, but that I'll name this podcast era was pretty fucking. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, it was a cool era, and Rory's first appearance was on episode 7, and I feel like I don't know, like, and how much longer did Maul come in after that? Because like, when can you say definitively like it was in that second swing of this is a new cast, no more
Marissa's-
Rosenberg,
Marissa's
no more Marissa.
gone. Yeah.
We're accustomed to Rory and Maul now. This is a natural occurrence, nigga.
It happened before they went to Park's basement.
Wait, when did Maul come?
But
Episode 77.
okay, and that was before Park's basement because that was when they were in basement.
Yeah, episode
that was when
77.
they were in that studio with the red walls, I think. Which I don't know whose studio that was or what that was. Episode 77. Subsequently.
And it was still called
Mendez
our
left the
name.
show, yeah.
It was still called our name. This podcast later at
It
that
was.
time, right?
It was.
Yeah.
It didn't change until right before the Spotify deal. I think.
Yeah, nah, and that's when things changed for Rory and Maul. I feel like because even you remember that era of them going back and forth on the Brilliant Idiots, like kind of going like, yo, Ak is gonna be the new Rory. We kind of, Joe might be trying to snake you out.
Yeah.
All those allegations, that was around this time. But the whole thing that started that off was 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 got on the pod and was
Time
trying to
slippers.
tell them, it was trying to tell Rory and Maul, hey, be careful. Because any nigga that changed the podcast name from a cool name to his, he has ulterior motives.
This was also around. I forgot to put like the video in there.
I mean, okay, so when we were like organizing how we were going to even go through these last 10 years, it's so hard to do, right? Because it's like so many of those moments. So this is all before the Spotify deal as well, too. That was like,
it's right on the cusp of it.
That was some hating shit, too. Like, that was some hating shit that 𝔓𝔦𝔐𝔓𝔦𝔑 was doing in terms of doing that, because both things can be true, right? I think he was saying it more off of his history with Joe. Joe ruins everything.
Yeah.
That was his grounds and position. But Joe was like, nigga, marketing wise, my name has the most clicks available to it. You know what I mean? Like, why,
that's definitely how you like how
why
he spun
wouldn't
it. This is for brand deals,
right?
But, and he was doing Everyday Struggle around that time too.
Yeah.
And like that, he was just big on
how important. That's when he realized how much his name cost,
and just big on ownership and knowing what that means, because he was trying to look at the accountant and the numbers for what he was making for Complex.
Yeah,
that last 6 months thing. The last 6 months of Everyday Struggle.
Yeah, 2017.
And the podcast started in 2000 and what was it? The podcast started in 2015. So 2 years later, within 2 years, Marissa Mendez, everybody was gone. I'll name this podcast later. Everyday Struggle, and then the whole changing the name thing.
And Everyday Struggle is very important, because that's where like Joe Budden really became like known as just an independent hip hop media, you know, journalist.
Yeah, no, that's when his name was really. That's when his name really got large. But he always had the podcast going, and that fan base was always his thing. That's a part of why, like, Everyday Struggle. Like, I'm not saying all Joe Budden's fans went from the pod to there, but like
before Everyday Struggle,
he wasn't gonna jump into a pool with no water. He had the little name from the podcast.
But Everyday Struggle was a major change,
and it took it to the next level.
I think it was a major
That's when I
change.
really started paying attention to Joe Budden.
Yeah, it was a major change. Yeah, that's true. To the world's perception of him, because you only knew about the podcast if you knew about podcasts.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Or
and you only knew he talked about hip hop podcasts if you thought for more than 10 seconds that he's a rapper, and it's like he's probably talking about hip hop podcasts. But you wouldn't have known anything about Joe Budden.
Well, I think, before Everyday Struggle, I think the only time people mentioned it was to clown the fact that there was a rapper with a podcast. I feel like that was the sentiment. It also wasn't dope. Like, it wasn't dope yet.
But I think a lot of people saw it as like, okay, he kind of seems like he's done with rap or like phasing out. I think around that time he was still like dropping music. Because
very rarely that Rage in the Machine shit.
That Rage in the Machine, and like there was a couple songs there he was subbing Drake when they was having their shadow battle.
He definitely did like 5 years.
Yeah.
And we could look it up. We kind of like skipped past it, but when Joe Budden was on Ebro, and Ebro was like, "So why'd you fire Marissa?" And he was like, "Man, I'm just here to promote my Rage for the Machine, man. I'm not here for all that shit." And the nigga just walked out. But yeah, episode 121. He ended up changing the name from I'll name this later to the Joe Budden Podcast.
In 2000.
Do y'all remember the footage of their faces? Rory and Maul, like when he said it?
I don't.
Nobody got that?
But I don't think
did research?
I don't think that even right then that they knew that there was gonna be a problem yet.
Yeah.
I don't think in that moment, because like it's all the glamour of like, yo, we did it. Like, we got a deal, nigga. We secure. We with Spotify now.
Yeah.
The bag is coming. All you niggas got to do is show up to work, and I'll just keep signing these checks. So they was probably just under that illusion of like, man, we made it. Like, I can go tell my mom, nigga, we signed with Spotify. There's something concrete that you can look to.
It was episode 121. He even said, like, I just vaguely remember watching like a little like video about it. He was just like, yeah, man, like you said, I'm just a bigger name. Just for marketing purposes.
Right.
You know, that's the angle he took. Really the angle that he probably had to take.
I mean, it makes logical sense.
It makes logical sense.
How bad of a name was I'll name this podcast later for branding, though?
You don't immediately know whose it is. I mean, if you have a name that'll command a baseline dollar amount compared to building one from zero to a baseline dollar amount, you know what I'm saying? It's just simple as that, I think. You know what I'm saying? The Kardashians, instead of it being the Kardashians, like My Pointless Entertaining Life, it would take them longer to build that up than the Kardashian show.
And this is funny right here.
It used to be Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
Because
right?
Ice was on episode 100 too.
Look at you.
Well, that's what I meant. Like keeping up with the card, keeping their name in the title, compared to like My Boring Life that seems so entertaining. You
But
know
at
what I
least
mean?
it's all their names, so it's easier for them to get on board with that. It's like we all get a
branding.
piece of that. Yeah,
the
we
branding,
Kardashians. It's all of us. But just the Joe Budden podcast. Like if you tried to call this shit the AJ the Menace show,
that wouldn't work for this though.
You know, just be imagine.
Okay,
Be hypothetical. If
okay.
you try to call this the AJ the Menace show, that would
Right.
at least make niggas think like, like what does that mean for the future of this? what direction is this going?
But Rory and Mal had no fight back then. Like, they had no fight. What was they to do?
They didn't have a fight for a long time, I don't think. I think they're fighting now ever since the Rory Mal podcast started.
They're just now fighting back.
The fight started then.
Enough.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like the fight started
Call
then.
J-Lo.
Because they're the ones that are, they have to do everything. They have to do everything that Joe was doing, essentially. So,
Yeah.
But you got more to lose, you're going to be more willing to fight for it.
But I mean, even at the time when they was when they first started thinking about the accounting, or when Maul took a stand because Joe told Rory not to come to the podcast, and he was like, "Nigga, who do you think that you are to tell Rory that?" And he was like, "Dickhead, the podcast is called the Joe Budden Show, nigga. Like I'm the boss,
and I'm
the person who does that."
Yeah, even outside of that, though, I feel like it should have been. I feel like it should have been obvious who can make those calls. I don't know. It just seems like that.
It might have been one of those things where it's like it was never discussed. So it was just a bunch of niggas assuming different things. Like Joe probably assumed that they knew.
How wild can the assumption be if there's one person putting everything together?
It's not that. It's that they knew deep down in their hearts that Joe can be a scumbag, because in the future, like I forgot the timeline, but in 2018 they was asking for like the accountants and shit, but it wasn't until 2 years later that they ended up actually seeing it.
Oh yeah.
You get what I mean?
He definitely slow walked them down.
So it's like they knew then that like, yo, this is probably a possibility that, you know, Joe could like fuck us in the end. And that's probably what that was, their insecurity popping out for the right reason.
Sounded like they were getting paid pretty handsomely.
But the next year following the name change, he ended up getting the infamous Spotify deal that changed the game forever.
Spotify deal was fucking turbulent though.
28.
That shit was turbulent, the original one.
Yeah.
No, the re-signing was turbulent. The first one seemed pretty smooth.
Yeah, it was pretty streamlined.
The re-signing was definitely turbulent though, because that was when you had the 𝔓𝔦𝔑 influence. Everybody was talking about it. And it was like, and then that was like him and 𝔓𝔦𝔑's like, I think that was when they were like, I don't really fuck with these niggas. Like, we don't fuck with each other anymore. Like, because you are actually hurting my fucking business right now.
Yeah.
Mid-negotiation by getting on the radio and being like, oh, no, this nigga's asking for too much. And pretty much kind of demeaning his brand on a national level before they re-signed. The first deal was still fucking huge, man. I remember when that first deal went down.
The deal made the
that shit-
podcast exclusive to Spotify.
Bro, that
dropping
shit
2
was
episodes
crazy.
a
That was
week.
the first exclusive deal we saw. Niggas, I just remember like seeing a promotion with Joe, Rory, and Mal. It was like the promo was everywhere. It was like billboards and shit. Like, it was like, whoa, this is really a thing. Like, there's a podcast that Spotify gives a fuck enough about to like, to really put this push behind. Like, they were, bro, that shit was huge, bro. That shit was bigger than ever. I mean, not as big as it is now, but it was massive though.
Yeah, nah, it legitimized podcasting. It legitimized Joe Budden as a, you know.
It made everybody in the entire podcasting landscape take everything more seriously.
Yeah.
For sure.
It made Joe Rogan get his shit together.
Yeah, it
He's
made
like, oh.
everybody. I mean, I think, Joe was always getting heavy independent money though, because if you remember like them Joe Budden show, not Joe Budden, Joe Rogan, before he started signing these Spotify deals and shit like that, it would literally be like 5 to 10 minutes of just ad reads. Remember he would get them all
I
done?
hated that shit.
You remember he would get them all in the very beginning of the episode?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's literally all the beginning was. And he was getting stupid money, doing stupid numbers.
I'm glad
but
he stopped doing that. I low-key forgot that happened.
Bro, that was every,
that shit.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was before we realized, that was before everybody realized, oh, we can just get a lump sum from one place and not have to do 10 minutes of ads at the beginning of every show or just riddle our fucking audience with advertising.
Yeah.
And that was Joe Rogan always had advertisements. They were just packed in the beginning.
Yeah.
Everybody was following a different, there was podcasting rules on what a show was different back then too. I feel like nobody was focused on riddling ads throughout the entire thing. And if And if they did their best to like
try to make it normal as possible.
Make it normal as possible.
You got to sprinkle it throughout. Like it can't just be
Right.
4 of them back to back.
Yeah, within I would say like the $1 million worth of game, like these last like the 2020 era of podcasting, it's like who gives a fuck how good your podcast is? How many ads can you get, nigga? Like just riddle that shit. And the amount of money you made off your podcast will tell us all how good your podcast is now.
Yeah, like when the podcast.
You're saying that's how like
back then you had to have a good podcast. The advertise it didn't feel like the amount of money your podcast made was the benchmark of whether you had a good podcast or not. You had to have a good podcast back then because that's all we had. It wasn't the dollar amount. And Joe Budden's had the best podcast. You know what I'm saying?
And you think it's different now? Like you think we'll say a podcast is good just because it has 1,000 ads?
I don't think we do, but I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of people do. I think a lot of.
I've never heard a nigga say I listen to podcasts for the commercials.
Think about. No. I didn't say that. I'm talking about how much money the podcast generates. Think about most of the time when people talk about $1 million worth of game, especially those first couple of years, it was how much money their podcast made. It wasn't, this fire interview happened, this crazy thing happened. It was these niggas make a lot of money. That was it. That was it. A lot of, especially in the urban space, niggas just all of a sudden these last 4 to 5 years, your podcast success was based off how much money you made off your podcast. Had nothing to do with the show quality and on any level.
Yeah,
like there's definitely a lot of that, but especially with Gilly and Wallow specifically, they do get that, but a lot of it is people enjoying who they are,
right,
and their content. And like Gilly, you fucking crazy. You had the Big 3 tournament.
I think now it is because you can only do those conversations for so many times. You can only do those conversations after you sign a new deal and whatever. So it's like, that convo burns out, nigga, and it's like this shit has to be good. But I'll say I watched more $1 million worth of game when that nigga when they were in Philly and it was Mona, Don't Call Me White Girl, and that other dude and Derek.
Yeah, Derek, something like that.
Show was better to me.
Yeah,
it was more personal.
It was more of a podcast.
Yeah.
Like when podcasts first started, they were trying to not be like radio, and it ended up like just going backwards. And now podcasts are like radio, where it's just a bunch of ads. And it's commercialized like a motherfucker.
Little 10-minute, little tight 10 minutes or whatever. Quick in and out. Get some hot takes. Boom. Move to the next ad.
Extremely structured. It's fucking segments.
Yeah, it's not free flow at all.
Niggas got bells.
Yeah, it's not free flow at all.
But
now I feel like not for us, but for now it's like it's about having the balance between the two. Like
and Joe Budden kind of helped shape that.
Because you have to have both now. You have to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
not really. No.
When you say both, you mean structure and like just overall talent and being creative at what you're doing.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I do.
Well, you don't have to, of course, because if niggas want to people throw money at bullshit products all the time. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I don't know. I think a lot of podcasts are just famous people.
A lot of them,
and it has nothing to do with talent and or structure. Like podcasting it's a weird field because like I look at a nigga like Ari Shaffir. He has a podcast with the drug dude from Vice, 𝔓𝔦𝔑. What's his name? I forgot his name.
Talking about the skinny white dude.
The skinny white. He has a podcast.
Are you serious?
With 𝔓𝔦𝔑. What's his name?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
And he has his own individual podcast too. He talks to drug heads and shit. But
seen that shit,
that's
man.
a whole like, what the fuck do they do? Like, who was Ari Shaffir? He's not nobody really. He's kind of famous. He's Joe Rogan's friend.
And that other nigga was a good journalist.
He was a great journalist.
Yeah. So they got both. They got both.
What about 𝔬𝔑𝔑𝔃's podcast? We're getting far on Joe Budden, but what about 𝔬𝔑𝔑𝔃's podcast?
I don't know who that is.
Shane,
what about it?
Shane Gillis and
I never watched it before.
You never watched it?
Ever.
It's no structure. It's just two people talking. It's literally what old podcasts used to be.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I would believe that. I just don't watch it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But
I'm not crazy about
But to that point, Joe Budden helped shape like what a formal podcast looks like now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just structure and like how people, if you're going to talk about hip hop, you're probably going to look like Joe Budden's.
The Joe
like
Joe
just as
Budden,
far as structure.
I don't think it has
Joe
nothing
Budden
to do.
podcast changed the way that sets looked. Like, I feel like there was a point in time where like niggas throwing together a podcast, they would be seated and it would look like the Joe Budden podcast with just niggas on the couch in front of some kind of wall.
Well, there's more
shit on the back.
I feel like it's less than that. It's more the fact that there was a visual component too. A lot of podcasts didn't have visual components back then. It was audio heavy. And they were one of the first to go visual.
In the hip hop space?
In the hip hop
space.
I guess.
You saying I guess means yes.
Yeah.
In the hip hop space, there were a lot of other podcasts that were the first podcast.
It was really just Joe Budden and Loudspeaker. That was it though. In the hip hop space.
We have to make the
we have to make that clear.
Distinct.
Joe Rogan was on the first podcast that was done live and was video recorded.
Yeah. Whose was it again? It was another stand-up comedian. I think his name started with an M.
He's good too, but
oh, he was on the first live podcast.
The first like ever podcast.
It was done live in video. But I mean, yeah, like Joe Budden, he's helped shape like I don't know about backgrounds.
Yeah, I don't know as much about Set. I think he showed niggas a bunch of shit because white people was always doing a lot of things like
cool paintings, niggerly paintings.
That just like black people weren't hip to. We were a little bit later to the podcasting space in general, but he was the first to. The deal was the biggest thing. The deal put everybody on game. Like, damn, they're paying niggas.
Yeah,
for real.
Because 2 years after that,
they're cutting a check for real. Yeah.
Because 2 years after that, Joe Rogan ended up signing his
for the landmark
for the better deal.
It was like $100 million.
Was that the $100 million?
All right, Pimper.
All right, that's back. But yeah, it was for a way better deal.
Yeah.
So Joe Budden.
The show was also a lot bigger, but
set
still.
a precedence.
What else? Timeline wise, I mean, we're kind of just
Spotify
talking about
deal.
just talk about it all in general. But
we're all over the place. But
he launched his own network shortly after. My bad.
Well, yeah, like, that's a little bit down the line. Like, the Spotify deal happened, and you said it was a little tumultuous. It was, but he was also getting a lot of praise. Like, there were articles. That's where he was first getting the okay, no, Joe Budden's the hip hop Howard Stern. Like, he's the one that's got his finger on the pulse of the culture.
I feel like every black voice gets that, though.
How many black voices have there been, though?
Every male black. I mean, they gave it to both Charlamagne and Joe. So which one is
we're allotted?
It's the only two.
We're allotted 3 a year.
Yeah, but I don't know. They just give the hip hop Howard Stern. How many times are you gonna get that title out?
It rhymes. It's got good alliteration.
Just Google hip hop Howard Stern and see how
that's
many
disrespectful too,
Sue
right?
pops up first, and no, because they meet in the system like Howard Stern is
Who pops up first?
The greatest radio host of all time.
Hip hop Howard Stern.
Like you the Howard Stern of the hip hop world.
I didn't even hear you, nigga.
Like saying you the Joe Rogan.
Hold on. Who pops up first? Hip
Joe
hop Howard
Budden
Stern
right here at the bottom.
Are you asking?
No, I'm looking at it. I'm trying to see who's that.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Coolio featuring on the Howard. That's just on the Howard.
Howard Stern is the hip hop Howard Stern.
That's
nigga.
all that is.
Okay, so Joe Budden was the first one.
Yeah.
Joe Budden became hip hop Howard Stern.
Yeah. New York Times, 2018.
He definitely wore that mantle more recently than Charlamagne. Charlamagne was getting that like 2016,
right? Right here, 2014.
2014. Yeah.
So the crown just shifts all the time.
Not all the time. It seems like it's only shifted twice.
Yeah, these two niggas.
Somebody else has.
Howard Stern hasn't been alive for that long. Like it is.
Howard Stern has also been old for a long time.
Well, yeah, like he's old, but it's just like in terms of his career as being the guy, like. It's not that many careers take a while to get to that point to where you could be that guy.
Yeah.
That LeBron James, that number one face of whatever field you in. You might be the next one.
Me?
Yeah. AJ the Menace, the next hip hop Howard Stern.
Oh God.
The podcasting Howard Stern.
All right. But I don't know.
We gotta talk about the fallout of that deal though. Did we speak to the second Spotify renegotiations? Because right after that is when he became like the head cultural director of Negro art at Patreon.
Yeah.
And that was a result of everything kind of falling out with Spotify.
About that.
Well, he also had the AMP deal as well.
Who did it?
At Amazon.
He went Revolt next, though.
Yeah.
Which was a crazy thing. It's kind of like what
the fallout was crazy. I think that was the first time we saw that we ain't trying to pay niggas. There's a two-part thing. It was his beef with Charlamagne was officially on and popping. That's a whole fact because most of the time when he would speak about it, their names were going back and forth for sure. It was him not getting the deal, getting the used rollies, telling them that they got the used rollies and not new ones, and it was this disrespectful put together package in terms of getting a used rollie.
Yeah, because I think he said they went and picked out all their own rollies, sent it over to Spotify, and they was like, "This is too much.
Right,
this is a big ass tab. We ain't paying for all this shit. Get the regular plain Jane
and got them some used ones.
Look at this G-Shock.
What was Mace wearing back then? Yeah,
and that was when Joe gave up on the corporation cutting the check because I think that was when he realized too many factors from the outside could influence his inner business deal. You know what I'm saying?
You think that's what like 𝔓𝔦𝔑 was just a single entity that ruined that for him?
In terms of hip hop, he was definitely the loudest voice. No questions asked. He was the biggest then. He hadn't completely just like gone soft and just like pussyfoot around everything he says. He was still being 𝔓𝔦𝔑. He was still the version that people actually enjoyed. Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he wasn't fully political.
Yeah, he wasn't fully just tame.
And what did 𝔓𝔦𝔑 say?
He pretty much, anytime the conversation would come up, he was like, yeah, Joe's asking for way too much money.
Said Joe's bad for business.
He's bad for business. He doesn't, what he's asking for, his business isn't valued at that yet.
Oh, he's just being the house nigga?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah. And he was doing that in the middle of their negotiations. Saying those type of things on the radio about how he's bad for business. He ruins all his deals. He's not worth what he's asking for, things of that nature.
And I was like, fuck Joe's lawyers. Let's just listen to Power 105 in the morning.
That helps. That definitely doesn't. It doesn't help. It helps hurt somebody.
It doesn't. Right?
It definitely doesn't help him rush to a $10 million deal. It's definitely gonna slow that shit. When how come people keep talking about you bad for business, nigga? What the fuck? Like I thought
didn't they call it a smear campaign?
Yeah, they did. Because it was also Hot 97. He might have been beefing with Rosenberg or Ebro at the time, so he's got on that side as well too. But 𝔓𝔦𝔑 had already defeated Hot 97 in terms of popularity and clout, so there was still one. Even though it's multiple voices, one is going to reign supreme, for sure.
And it's definitely not cool to hate on the nigga trying to get paper publicly. But I wonder, what is Joe's fault in this though? Because like, why do niggas even know what he was asking for? You know what I mean? Like, why were some of the details of
and
this?
it was talking about it.
You know what I mean? Like,
or he's throwing numbers out too much.
You throwing numbers out. You throwing out, inner workings of the deal. That definitely hurts as well. Probably a lot more than, a nigga talking shit.
And Joe wasn't even too happy with like Spotify coming near the end of it anyway. Like he was like, something's fishy going on here.
I mean, he always knew.
My value
he always
isn't
said,
being.
But he always said that he knew he wasn't going to re-sign even if they did offer him something. But with the way that the renegotiations were happening, like once he started like receiving those like closed off negotiation used rollers, he was like, it doesn't matter what they offer us, we're not going to stay regardless.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going independent regardless. And that was when Ian came in, and that's when they started pushing the paywall shit.
Yeah, there was an episode when it all happened. He used the strip club analogy. He was like, when you walk into a strip club, you're getting taxed at every corner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, that's what I'm doing for them. Like, I'm bringing my fans to a place to get taxed by other shit.
Every corner, yep.
That I might as well just take them to my strip club and just tax them myself.
Yep, exactly. Because they were getting so much ad money off that nigga shit.
Yeah.
Off of Spotify. They was getting so much
Even
ad money.
all the buzz around Joe Budden was causing people to go to Spotify and check out this new section where they had podcasts. Or it wasn't just Joe Budden, but
On February 3rd, 2021, Joe Budden announced that he was no longer with Spotify and is bringing exclusive content from his podcast to a crowdfunding service, Patreon. Exclusive? You can still get the Joe Budden podcast on there. Is that when the deal ended? 2021?
It ended in 2020 is when he said he was leaving, and then top of 2021, February.
Got you. Because when did, was that 2020?
2020 is when he ended the Spotify thing.
Hold up, nigga. That was only, I feel like that was longer ago.
Because
that was 5 years ago.
Yeah, it was 2018 he had it when he started it. And then
2020.
Left in 2020 after financial shit.
And then 2020 was when the Joe Budden Network officially started.
Yeah.
He was like, all right, nigga, fuck the major corporations. Let's make it all in-house, nigga.
Yeah.
Try it myself. And that's where
I've learned some tricks from
It's been a large incline, a steep growth since.
Yeah, them niggas have been doing fantastic ever since
Yeah.
they they had a rocky 5, and then it was up. Like if we talking, this is Act 3, like well,
It has its ups and downs.
It's not even
though.
up yet because Rory and Mal haven't left yet. So
exactly,
they haven't even left yet. They're just fully independent now.
Yeah,
It's just a bunch of inner shit going on between them though. Like it's not like completely drama free, but it's not about Spotify no more.
Because
it's about displaying a new method of how to get money in a podcast. And
but also by this time, they're asking for the accountant information. Like they're asking for the numbers.
Yeah, look,
and they have been asking this for the last 2 years because this is around like 2020.
Once the Spotify, they were like, hold up, nigga, we need to see something.
Because you're complaining about this with Spotify, but we're complaining about this with you.
Right.
Like, in terms of value and what type of money we bring.
And they also had people in their inner circle that was like, yo, why did y'all turn down the Spotify deal? That was for like a lot of money. Yeah. And then they literally can't say nothing because they didn't turn the deal down.
Yeah.
And they have
You're like, I don't know why we did that. I really don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, they didn't, but they were actually pissed that he didn't take the deal.
Yeah.
It was hot. But they didn't see his bigger picture, I guess.
Because it didn't include them.
Wait, no. Wait.
It didn't include them. I think even at that time, he knew that he would be able to do this with anybody. I don't think he was like 100% confident, but he was at least, he believed in himself enough.
Yeah, nah, him.
Especially because, niggas bucking at him. Like,
oh, yeah.
Joe Budden, yo, you finished the Penguin?
I've been finished that, yeah.
You remember at the end where it's like he had to kill him just so he could have like, that was like his last thing.
They had seen too
He
much.
needed to fight himself.
They had
Like
seen
once
too
I do
much.
this, I'm really invincible. You get what I mean? Like I can't have just
kill my puppy.
You know what I'm saying? I need to kill my puppy. I'll be a true man. Like that's what it was. That's the type of nigga Joe Budden is, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why he got Rory and Mal up out of there with ease. He tried to make it seem like he cared to a certain extent, but when you have niggas asking about like, yo, we're just trying to see some money and where this money and $400,000 went for 2 years, nah, you're ready to get them out of there for sure. Go, you're done. You're really just. It's almost like he was waiting for them to leave so they wouldn't get unemployment. Like if you quit, you don't get unemployment.
If you quit,
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
he was just like, I'm not about to pay y'all shit. I'm waiting for y'all to quit. Even though he inevitably.
So you really think he had to kill them off in order to grow into this next level?
For sure.
I don't think it was that. So I think that he did. I think he knew he could. And so when you have that deck, that card in your deck, you can move a little bit different. You can move like, nigga, but yeah.
Nope. He knew.
What are you complaining about?
The moment that they knew Joe might not be solid, he knew they wasn't solid for him. So it was just
What?
It was just a game. I'm telling you, dog. Like Joe isn't stupid. So the moment he felt the inclination of like, damn, Rory and Mal, they seem a little mad about this podcast name being changed. They seem a little angry. They keep asking me about this fucking money and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? Joe Budden isn't stupid. He knows there's inevitable clock that's gonna tick. He's gonna hit the final,
On
time.
all relationships or that relationship?
In that relationship, and he did.
I think he knew he couldn't take it to the moon with them niggas. That's really what it comes down to.
He wanted to take it to the moon with
I
Rory
don't
and
think
Mal.
he knew he couldn't though. Mal was going to be an anchor no matter what. Rory might have been able to adapt, but they needed other pieces. They really didn't take it to the moon until this last iteration. Like that's shit's up now for real.
What does the moon look like? Like, cause is the moon when you signed your biggest deal? Is the moon when you had your most views? Is the moon where you had like the most control over your platform? Like you got these Patreon
Joe
deals?
Budden coffee mugs.
I would say both. I would say all three.
All three. So then
he has all three now. He's making the most money. He has the most reach and views.
He got skateboards.
And he has, what was the other one you said? And he has total control. Mm-hmm. He's there now. And he's been there since 21.
You think Ice and Ish would act correctly?
Well, not 21. Let's just say since Melissa Ford and Queen's Flip got there, which was what, 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
2 years. He's been there for the last 2 years.
We're kind of skipping like ahead a little bit, but you think Ice and Ish would have acted correctly had they not seen what happened to Rory and Mal?
They did see what happened. They were all friends. They're all part of the same friend group. It's just they weren't on camera yet.
Exactly.
That's
so
the
they
point.
saw what happened.
Yeah, but he said, do you think that like what we see now would have been the same? Do you think that would have been more ego if there wasn't a Rory and Mal as an example of what not to do?
Like, do you
how bad this can get?
You remember like when everybody was saying Ice is lazy and like Ice doesn't try, he probably was like, oh shit, they were saying the same shit about Mal. Like, what the fuck? It's not about to be me. Woody woo woo. He switched his whole shit up and he changed for the better. Like Joe, like I'm not saying he had to fire him, but he did. You know what I mean? To just like prove to himself. Joe Budden's that type of guy, man. He
didn't have to do it.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do it. But when the opportunity showed itself, given the context, like there wasn't. He couldn't not do it. Like niggas had already bucked at him, and then at that point, it's like nigga, I've known that I could scale this without y'all, and that's kind of been like you've been with a girl, and it's like you like her, but you kind of think about like, damn, there's girls with fatter asses than this. Like I could be in a whole other bracket, and she's kind of holding me back from this.
Of course, AJ knows. Check the Patreon.
Yeah, AJ get all the bitches. But yeah, so he just looked at her. He just looked at him like I could get a better bitch.
Yeah,
I know I can, and I can marry her and have children with her. We'll have good genetics.
Joe Budden had to let him go.
Okay. I hear you.
They had to go, man.
I don't know. I mean, I hear you. That's just one way of looking at it. I mean, you're not about to change my mind completely. I get that side that you're saying.
The moment they asked for accounting, Joe Budden and his crazy mind he saw everything in his head. Like it was probably went a lot worse in his head than what really happened, which is why he was so calm. The nigga looked at an invisible spot and said, "You're gone." Like that's not a normal.
That's fantastic.
Exactly. It's fantastic, but it's not
entertaining,
normal.
but it's not. Yeah,
because he thought it was gonna go way worse. It went swiftly in real life. He was like, "Oh man, I expected to kill y'all niggas. This is beautiful."
Okay, I don't know what you're talking about now, but go ahead.
I was about to say, do you think that like when they asked for it, that he had a flashback in his head when he was in that position, like he's going to the major corporation,
complex essentially?
Yeah, exactly. Going to the major corporation, trying to like understand what his value is in the whole system and being treated a certain way.
Yeah,
because that kind of teaches you like the fact that he knows that accounting was valuable for them to not see is because there was a point in time where the accounting was hid from him.
Exactly.
And whatever deal he was in, whether it be Def Jam or whatever the fuck, just in his past of dealing with corporations, he knew that that's where leverage is. And so once you get fucked over, you know how to fuck over.
Exactly. Like, I've been fucked, so I know how to do fucking now. And that's just what it is.
Well, he did say shout out to all the lies over the last 10 years. Can we pull that clip up? That was pretty funny.
Someone
hold up for a minute. Let's give it up for lies. We couldn't have gotten to 10 years. Nah, we could not have gotten to 10 years without some lies.
That's a fact.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Now, you're right. Yeah, all right. Yeah, man, I'm not gonna go. Ish. Good day, sir.
Hit pause. So it's a better question. He said, I won't lie now. So he had to do this, he's saying. He had to fuck these niggas over.
There's no moral way of getting to the top. There's no moral way of becoming a billionaire, which I believe is what Joe Budden is trying to become because he wants his empire to be $1 billion worth.
Bring the mic up.
He wants his, can you hear me?
Yeah.
He wants his company to be worth $1 billion.
You think that's what he's going for?
Come on, man.
He's definitely going for something large. Like
He's going for the billion.
What else is there to live for?
I don't think it'd be.
Once
I don't
you
think it's outlandish to think at all.
Once you could just go
it's
to
easy to assume too.
Once you can go to a strip club and just like lounge around, 10,000, 20,000, like there's not much to live for. You might as well strive for $1 billion. You know what I mean? You've reached the pinnacle.
Oh, nigga, what?
So
10,000, 20,000 in a strip club to billions?
Yeah, for sure.
I don't even think he's spending nearly that much in the strip club.
Because he's smart, but he could. And he has a girl. His girl wouldn't allow that. Not that much.
He could. Yeah, he could.
Not that much. That's crazy. Even with a girl. But in just like, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, there's no more way of getting to $1 billion. So I was just bringing up him
to $1
lying
billion
and shit.
I do agree with.
There's no just I'm a good guy with a lot of money.
Well, they make it seem like
That's the only movie.
there's no more way to get to 5 million either.
Yeah, 5,
So
10.
Yeah.
If
you can just
if
play
you're-
basketball real good.
if you're happy,
Yeah, we're talking outside of entertainment.
if you're
or
happy,
outside of like sports or some shit.
somebody has to be sad for you to be happy in this world.
Pretty much.
If you're happy, somebody,
If
and
you're
it's
one to
probably a
M up-
child. Somebody's sad.
A child?
It's
Like
probably a
labor or
child.
something.
Like child labor. We just shot LOY. A lot of the chocolate production comes from child labor. If you didn't know.
So in this final act of the Joe Budden Podcast era, which is where we're at right now, 10 years later, they've taught us a lot of podcasting and all type of good shit.
Yeah.
And it's the biggest that it's ever been, ever, for sure.
How you quantifying that?
Numbers.
Joe Budden on the
control.
Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
What we were talking about before.
No.
Control, money, analytics.
Yep.
Super Bowl commercials.
Super Bowl commercial. nigga.
Analytics.
Eating a nigga with Drewski.
Analytics.
I wonder who's getting paid more for that.
Drewski's probably getting paid more.
You invest in youth. You always go younger. Drewski's got
has to
blonde,
be-
colorful hair.
He's
You
probably-
can see him
he's
from
probably
far
getting paid
away.
a little bit more. If it's not very close, it's either very close or he's a little bit, I don't think it's like Joe's getting 100 and he's getting $500,000. I don't think it's that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But like maybe 100,000, 200,000 more max. Maybe.
They both add a different value in the
They damn sure
black
do.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
Good
And
prize.
it depends on which one Super Bowl cares about more.
It could be the same too. They could have just got a smooth 300,000 each. And they were like, let's shoot 4
Just
commercials.
flat rate. Like we're,
just flat
we're
rate.
paying Negroes today. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna give you a flat 400, and we need you to do 4 commercials, and one of them be a Super Bowl commercial. Boom. I don't know how those deals work.
Do y'all think that this Prize Picks deal could like serve as the Spotify little wrench in the system for this new edition?
Wrench
Because it's
in the
like
system?
when I listen to these Prize Picks ads on the Joe Budden podcast, that's just so strange. Like he does the whole ad read, and then like he cues them in to say like the jingle all together.
Well, those prize. Oh yeah, true.
It's probably in the contract
That's
for him to
fine to
read
me.
it.
It's my time for the favorite part of
it's
the
fine
show.
to you because you're not a part of it. But like, I wonder how much.
Does your ego hurt seeing that?
No, not even my ego. It's just.
Is it corny?
Not even corny. It's just like are they properly compensated for this?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
They
yes.
wouldn't stop the show and do it like
Yeah,
that.
and
if
they
it was-
wouldn't, and he wouldn't have these ad campaigns if there
They
wasn't
be
good business
excited
going
like
on.
little
Yeah.
kids when it's time to
It's
read
like
that shit.
bird
Yeah.
feeding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
And
kind of like when Nick Cannon. You know how Nick Cannon wear those goofy ass glasses with the stars on them.
yeah.
He was like, you could tell how much I got paid whether I'm wearing those or not. Like, so when he doesn't have those on, when he was doing, what was that, Dancing with the Stars? Not Dancing with the Stars, America's Top Talent or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Nigga was in a suit, no glasses. It was like, he's getting paid a lot of money over here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think they're getting, I don't think they take bad deals anymore. I think he also got that sex toy deal on the most recent one where his girl got him a sex toy and he was talking about that little spinny one that you see on Twitter all the time. Not Twitter. Yeah, like Twitter and Instagram and shit all the time. The little
Spinning one.
the male masturbator joint they always have like a cucumber on it.
Oh,
or
that shit
whatever.
look like a shower head.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
shit. He
Yeah.
had one of those on the show. I was like, okay, somebody paid him for that. That just happened to be part of his Valentine's Day gift set, but he also got paid for it.
Yeah.
for
niggas,
sure.
Niggas
It's-
don't know those pocket pussy sponsorships were really keeping podcasts alive at one point in time. That was Joe Rogan's first sponsor. They just had 1,000 pocket pussies lined up in the studio.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Sex sells, man.
Yeah, it does.
I was-
Because you got to think like, especially when podcasts had first started, like only the fringe companies who can't like just put a billboard somewhere anyway wanted to market there.
Yeah. Even Adam got his own piece for display.
His definitely helped his hand in hand.
It's a replica.
Because
Yeah.
he's in corn, so that definitely helps. Like, it's not as
Not as far fetched, you know.
Not
what I
as
mean?
far-fetched,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably should have had
even the
some-
way they brought it in with the Joe one, it made complete sense. He made it seem like it was part. I mean, I'm making it seem like his girl didn't do this. Let's just say it was extremely convenient, and it doesn't. It seems like you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone at the same time too, right? You know.
Yeah.
So, that was part of the gift set that she had gotten him for Valentine's Day. One of those.
a loofah,
Yeah,
pocket
right,
pussy,
literally, yeah.
A
So,
sex
some
toy.
cologne.
yeah, so
Nah, that's actually hilarious.
That's
I
a
went
great
through
stocking
that
stuffer.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day.
I do think his deal is well structured with prospects, though, and I do think that he has shown value to them clearly.
For sure.
I think if anything, it's more of a stamp on how his following works and how willing they are to invest in things he's willing to invest in.
Exactly. They trust him.
Yeah. And it shows his power, I think. I think it's a show of power by way of fan interaction.
Yeah.
I feel like 10 Years of Lies in
Like
some way.
controlling the pulse.
Yeah. I feel like 10 Years of Lies in some way makes Joe Budden the most honest. Because it's like seeing what had to happen for him to get into a Super Bowl commercial. Like, I think that might be everybody's career. But we just don't see it. It wasn't like 1,000 podcast episodes to where we could see them fall out with the homies.
Yeah.
See how shit changes and the money comes into the picture. It's every story. It's every movie. It's just, we saw it and it looked like a lot of it was his fault. You know, kind of was.
Yeah, do you think it was that bad?
But I think that's everybody. It might damn near just be everybody's story.
Yeah, I think everybody's story has that.
We just didn't see it live.
Right. It
through
just wasn't.
10 years.
It wasn't sold.
It wasn't documented. Nigga.
Yeah, it wasn't documented or sold. To
Yeah,
us.
it was me.
Yeah.
Usually in the movie, like there's a scene where it's like, damn, is he changing on the homie? It's 30 seconds.
Yep.
And then he goes on, becomes a superstar, and then we just don't think about that again.
Random. Y'all seen that movie Founder? The movie about McDonald's?
With that, yeah.
Yeah, that was cold.
Yeah, nah, nigga, he took them niggas ice cream machines, nigga.
Yeah.
He took them niggas shit for real.
Yeah.
That shit was cold, nigga. That was cold. I was like, once it just got to that point, it was like, damn.
Yeah, and he just
it was
kept
like,
getting away with shit.
Well, that was a thing too. It was like
he just kept pushing the line
He did,
further.
bro. It's because he saw it so much bigger than they saw it.
Yeah.
And they just kept saying no to all his new recommendations and shit like that.
They wanted to keep it mom and pop.
Yeah, and
every
he was just
burger's
like,
the same.
I'm sorry, I have to take this. This is, you don't see it.
Yep.
And it's billions of dollars. It's trillions, really. Because, yeah, that movie was crazy.
Nah, that's real life.
His situation was interesting too, though, because it is like, I definitely got to a point where it was like, okay, he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. But it was interesting watching him kind of like battle with it leading up to it. Because, yeah, you see it. And it makes sense. It's like, obviously he was right. It's like, it all makes sense. And it's like, what does somebody do in that position that it's like, you brought me in for this. And it's like, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
But you want to stop me from doing what you brought me in for. It's like, fuck.
Yeah, because they did have a mindset of just like, they was thinking so small.
Right.
Yeah.
They just had no idea how big they brought the big mind in to get it in was.
Because he cared about money and they cared about burgers and ice
Right.
cream machines and shit.
Yeah, the freezers cost them so much money. That was crazy.
Yeah, nah, it was a hell of a story though.
It was a hell of a story.
Nigga,
One
the
of them.
founder,
The Joe Budden
the
Podcast.
Wolf of Wall Street,
The Joe Budden
the
Podcast.
Joe Budden Podcast,
Yeah.
Slumdog Millionaire. It's
Yeah.
dirty
Honestly,
getting to the
shot
top.
us.
Honestly, talking about them shits in here, like just thinking about it, like podcaster career that I would want to see a movie for, absolutely Joe Budden. If he became like, if he
Text on.
kept,
What?
I'm for real.
I don't
I'm for real.
know.
If he kept
How fun
ascending,
would
I'm
that
I'm
movie
saying
be?
like
Not
if
at
Joe
all.
Budden keeps ascending and he becomes like this huge figure that's even bigger
To what he is now.
than what he is now, I would want to see that movie.
Yeah, I'm sure the movie could be done good, especially if we see his crack days, his Angel Dust days,
All that shit.
and all that shit. It'll be good.
Seeing podcasting in movies still kind of like it's something
It's
weird.
hard
about
to
it.
even
Something
just
strange.
even wrap your
'Cause
mind
there's so
around
many
that thought.
like they'll just be like mini podcasts in movies that's not even a part of the storyline.
For sure.
They just got them there, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
man,
yeah,
this
yeah.
shit just feels.
And they're making
that-
fun of podcasts.
That doesn't seem weird to me though.
Usually
Seeing
when
that
they bring up
anymore.
podcasts, they're making fun of it.
Or like they're starting a podcast in a movie. It's like some weird. It just be some weird.
That doesn't
shit.
feel weird to me anymore. But
Because podcasts are part of life.
autobiography about a podcaster.
That's
I
why
don't think we're there yet.
that's why I say he's got to be something more
it would
than
have
what
to
he
be
is
Joe-
today.
But it's our biggest podcasters are something else. Joe Rogan, comedy, stand-up comedy. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
That's what comedy do. Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like Joe Budden,
But even-
rapper, like
I don't think that like
rapper,
that-
too,
y'all know-
podcaster. Like he didn't just wake up and was like became the biggest.
You want an
It's not
hour?
like- it's
You
not
want
like
an hour and a
It'd be better
half
as
of
a
his
show.
rapping?
It'd be better as a show.
Yeah.
Because
A
you would have
biopic?
to skip over probably the most interesting shit in his life, like his rap career and coming up,
Yeah.
Right.
to even get to the podcasting part and have enough time.
You
to
would have to
listen.
skip over that. You can depict
I
all
don't
of
know,
that.
man. I
You
think,
get,
Nah.
that's
I think
too much story to tell.
he would have to be really. He'd have to get a lot more famous. I don't know. That movie might be.
That
corny.
movie wouldn't happen.
You think it'd be
dog.
corny?
Yeah.
Y'all not thinking ahead. That would not be corny, my nigga.
No, nigga.
That would not be corny.
That shit
No,
would be-
bro. He actually has a compelling story. Are you kidding me? That nigga has a real compelling story of like getting it out the mud and keep grinding until he got there. There's a real compelling story
Hold
behind
on.
that.
First of all, don't get it twisted. Americans love
I love a
crooked,
good come up story.
crooked come up story.
Come on, that shit is like legit.
But podcasting as an industry, I don't think it can hold up supporting a whole movie. Like Don Cheadle played Petey Green.
Exactly.
But that's what
Like he was like a legendary radio host. He was like one of the first.
But that's what I led
black-
with. I led with him being something bigger than he is now. Like if he was the
Right,
legend person at the end of the day who did this shit, took it to another height, did whatever. You know what I'm saying? That would turn
that
into
movie
something.
is going to be
Podcasting is
100.
Joe Budden
Is Joe Budden a legend now? What would make him a legend if white people talked about him as much as Joe Rogan or something?
No, he's a legend now, but
you can't be a legend now
Why?
because you're still active.
Charlamagne's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Huh?
Charlamagne's in the Hall of Fame.
Well, what do you mean by legend? Because when you said legend, I was
When
thinking
that-
about how Petey
when the
Green
first thought you think
has a
of is
whole
that nigga's
career
a legend.
legacy that you can make into a movie. Does Joe Budden have that right now? I feel like he's not done
Maybe not.
writing.
He's not finished. He's not finished.
Joe
No.
Budden's a
No,
legend.
he's not finished.
He's not
Yeah, not
finished.
yet.
He's not finished.
But I can't see a movie.
Okay, I would never want to put this on any
Maybe
nigga
a
and
Hulu
apologize
TV
for
show
even
like
saying
Wu-Tang.
this.
It's not
But
yet.
we wait until the niggas are gone before we give them any flowers. So I don't want to put
Yeah.
any of this shit on there. But like a lot of people are great in the moment. They're not the biggest thing yet. And when they go, we
Then we
classify
remember
them
how good it
how
was.
good they
we
were.
do, but
we do that
But
shit.
not everybody needs a movie. Like, does
I'm
the
not saying he
greatest
needs one right now.
Does the greatest table tennis player of all time have an origin story movie? There a
Yeah.
biopic about that? Like, I don't
was
think
he-
podcasting
well,
is
was he
sexy enough for a
abused?
movie.
If he was abused,
It's a movie.
it's up.
Yeah, it's a movie.
If it was abused, if his mom was Forrest Gumping just to get him
Yeah.
in school in the
Yeah.
ping pong court, it's up.
Yeah, like she used to.
Your mama sure do love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it depends on how fucked up the past
yeah.
is, bro.
And he would just go to the back and table tennis
everybody
against
on
the wall.
Soft White Underbelly is a movie.
Yeah.
Nah, man,
Not all of
it's
them.
not that easy. Like
Especially now. There's no middle ground movies. Like back in the day when like you can get away with just like, like a $1 million budget movie, just a middle of the ground, just, watch
Yeah.
it. Fuck it. It don't have high expectations. Those are gone.
Anybody can do a movie now. Andrew Callahan's going crazy with his movie, fully independent.
Yeah, he's not
made,
in
I was trying
he's
to
made
watch
so
it.
much money off of his movie. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
he's
when he
up.
was touring it. I was trying to go to Charlotte to
bro.
watch it.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago. He was in Durham for my birthday.
Word.
Tickets sold out way too fucking fast. So I was
Yeah.
trying to go.
Well, outside of the movie shit, like back to your original question, like how long does it take for a nigga to attain legendary status in
Right.
an entertainment field? What do you have to do to attain legendary status?
You got to entertain people for a very long time. So much so that when you stop, we miss you. Like, damn.
I don't think
remember that.
time plays as
I don't
much
think-
big of
I
a
don't-
role
I don't think so either.
as in like what you've actually done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you got to, like, how much, if you haven't had a career that spanned it a good amount of time, how crazy are your achievements? Like, what could
I
you,
feel that.
who had an ill 5 years that was like, damn, nigga, that was the craziest 5 years ever.
Man.
Wow.
You became that nigga. Like, or like a nigga like Tupac, where it's like you drop 1 billion albums and had 19 movies and all that before you was 25.
That's
Fetty Wap.
It's
But
a
that's
couple
Tupac.
people.
What do you mean? We could do a movie about Fetty Wap?
Yeah.
Any movie where a nigga
They
loses
said
his
he
eye.
did. They said he did. That, them dreads are fake. It was from the witch doctor in his neighborhood, the voodoo lady in his neighborhood. He said that shit was. They said he got a story too. Lost his eye.
Yeah.
Fell off. He's in jail now. He's
Yeah.
got a good story.
yeah.
Yeah, Fetty Wap's story is pretty good.
He's got 17 baby mamas.
He was selling fentanyl.
He was selling everything.
He
They,
was selling everything.
they came and got him at the Summer Jam right off stage.
A true
Crazy.
life of legendary status nigga does take more time.
Yeah,
because you
probably
have
need
to
at
be
least-
old.
We throw legend
You have
around.
to be
It don't
like
mean
old.
what it mean. It don't mean what it used to mean.
It's like Denzel
No.
Washington. Like
We just
he's
say
up
it.
there now. Like he's getting older. By the time he's like 80, and we're like, this nigga's still doing shit. It's like,
Well,
this
he
nigga
is a
has-
legend.
He is a
And
legend.
he's
a legend.
ready.
Yeah.
But he's
ready to get
got
up.
20. I think maybe 20 years.
I think he said that like he signed up for like his last couple of movies,
Yeah,
and
he
it's
did.
like
He did.
movies take forever to film, so
He
he's
did.
gonna be working
He's gonna
for
be
another
fin- yeah.
10,
Right. Like
15 years.
like he's booked
Yeah.
out for
But
the
like
next-
this
like
is-
another
this
5,
is
6.
it.
That's it though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is that nigga? Because that's probably the
Samuel Jackson.
Denzel Washington.
What do you think the
60s.
future holds for Joe Budden?
Like 70? Yep, legend.
Oh yeah.
He was a legend 20 years ago.
Was he at 50?
Yeah.
Okay, Joe Budden is 48, 45.
Denzel's been popping since he was like 30.
Nah, you can't compare those.
Yeah, it's true.
careers,
I know,
nigga.
I'm
Come
not.
on.
I'm just.
Keep it
Denzel to
in
Joe
radio.
Budden.
I don't know when Charlamagne got inducted
oh.
into the Hall of Fame, but it had. I mean, he's been in radio for 17 or 20 years.
Yeah.
17 years, something like that. It's under.
Yeah.
It's either right at 20 or just under 20, I think.
Yeah.
So it's like, but Breakfast Club only been really lit. Breakfast Club's only been a thing. That was counting the years before. Breakfast Club has only been a thing for the last 10, 11 years or something like that.
Yeah, I would say like popular.
Or maybe
number
longer,
one.
12 years.
Probably
12 or 13.
13.
And they entertain, like they entertained a wide demographic of people.
Yeah, right.
Which is another thing about being a legend. It's like you can't just matter in your world.
That's not true.
So that's what I was saying. White people.
Yeah,
I don't think that's true either.
A lot of
Yeah.
a lot of our black legends
Do not
Did it
died
for-
not entertaining
I'm
white
also
people.
They did it
still-
for us.
Yeah. No, that is true.
A lot of the great ones that like inspired the other great ones.
They're not white accepted. Like, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nah.
It's not a lot of crossover legends.
But I will say most legends have that appeal to where everybody loves them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
But
what
it might
makes
not
you
be a
legend.
main
So
demographic
Does
of just
legendary
anybody.
status
though.
mean you have to get like acclaimed and like awarded by the industries
I think so. Yeah, I think it has to be given to you with awards.
with awards?
Yeah.
And things of that nature. Okay.
Because if we looked at it as just like skill and what you've done, more people would be legends. But most people don't get honored as legends or awarded legends.
Yeah,
As a legend,
because they didn't entertain the most amount of people.
or they didn't entertain the right groups of people that would give them the award.
They only become
That's
legend.
That's what all that shit is.
Yeah.
At a certain point, it's who are you willing to get in bed with and kiss ass with?
Yeah. But all
Yeah.
getting an award means is that white people know you too.
I don't think so either, but I think it helps us put the legend thing on you quicker.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
Like
'Cause,
I think, like with what did Kendrick win? The Pulitzer Prize,
I think he did win some shit like that. Yeah.
Pulitzer Prize,
Yeah.
Pulitzer Prize. I don't think it ever fucking matters what he does. That will be the world's trump card forever. He's only rapping with a Pulitzer Prize. I think it's Pulitzer.
Pulitzer. Pulitzer Prize.
Yeah, I'm saying it wrong. The fact that he has that, it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't fucking matter. Like that'll always be the overarching trump card. To no matter what he does that's right or wrong, he's only rapping with that.
On top of his other legendary shit.
Right, but that's
Yeah.
like the final trump. I can either lead with this card or just end with this card after I've listed everything else. But I only need this one card.
Jay-Z was trying to do that when didn't he get indicted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's a couple of niggas
That's a
in
lot-
hip hop
that's a few
that got into the Rock and Roll
There's
Hall
a
of
few niggas in
Fame.
there.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott's in there too, I think.
Yeah,
Nigga, Missy Elliott probably
it's a
in that
couple
motherfucker.
niggas. It's a couple hip hop artists that are in their hip hop
I don't
hall
know.
of
Did
the
Missy make it in there? Is that what it was?
Rock Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, so y'all
Legend
would,
has to be given to you.
so y'all would put Charlamagne on legendary status already? Yeah. We would say he's a legend.
Because it was given to him, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't think he's gracing like a legend. Like he's not getting better. He's regressing.
Is Elliot Wilson a legend too? Yeah.
No, I never thought Elliot Wilson. I just tried to give him the whole legend thing just because that's what everybody else said he was doing. But I don't know what that nigga's done. I just don't know what he's done. And
That's
I
a
don't-
lot of
and I don't-
legends, dog.
Yeah, and I don't give a fuck to find out what he's done either. So it's like, no. I feel like legend. I feel like if we didn't call people legends that weren't awarded the title, I feel like they have to keep getting better with time. Like, you have to keep getting better.
You gotta
like,
keep proving yourself.
Yeah, like you keep getting better. Your skills are sharper and shit like that. Which is why I feel like with comedians, we don't normally call them niggas legends until like they be hitting like 20, 30 years. Like them niggas might be 60 before like they start dropping these like specials and shit where you're like, God damn, nigga, you were really weaving
Oh,
some.
nah, not it.
Maybe not 60, but
older.
you
Niggas
kinda,
aren't
just
24
older.
years old.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
yo, this
right,
is
right.
he's the GOAT.
That's the best
right
way
now.
to Yeah, right,
Anymore.
exactly. Yeah.
What do you mean anymore?
Like
That was
niggas
never
aren't 20
happened.
years old like doing that anymore. Like
Nah.
the Eddie Murphys,
They
the
still
Dave
don't even call.
Chappelle's.
They still don't even
Eddie
call.
Murphy was the only one.
He wasn't a legend yet either, though.
Yeah, and I don't even think
Eddie
we would
Murphy
call
was a
Kevin
legend.
Hart a stand-up legend. Like just a human legend. Yeah.
Kevin Hart's a legend.
Yeah,
he's
but
a legend.
like in stand up though. But
Nah.
he got it everywhere else though. You know what I mean?
Kevin Hart's a legend.
He got it in the stand
He
up.
is, but he didn't get it in. I don't think he fully got it in stand up. Even though
He did his thing though. in
He
stand-up.
did. He got his muscle in
he
stand up.
definitely got his muscle.
And,
Y'all
like,
know what I'm saying.
Those
That's where
early
his
movies only
bones
did
were.
but so much. The only reason those movies were so good is because people believed in his funny from actually
stand.
seeing him on the stage.
The only reason they knew to put him in the movie was because of his stand up. Like he had like a bunch of
That's
failed.
everybody's
But he had a
story.
couple
But no,
early-
he had a bunch of like failed pilots, and like you try to do the Hollywood dance. A
Yeah.
lot of comedians try to, like kind of get caught up.
But that's
he,
every comedian-
He went
that's
back,
every crossover
He went
comedian's
back to the stage
journey.
and back on tour and got his shit lit again just through stand up.
That's every stand up comedy's crossover story. though.
Kevin Hart's a legend,
that's
dog.
not what that's not what Joe Rogan did.
I know he's a legend. I'm just saying, like, when he was going on those stadium tours, he wasn't a legend then, though, and he was still young. You know, that's all
I
I'm
think
saying. That's all I'm saying. Let's not get hooked up on this for too long. That's all I'm saying. It's like he wasn't getting it at 24. That's it. That's it. Even though he was selling out arenas and shit. It's as simple as that.
Well,
I'm not.
I
that's it,
agree.
that's it.
Well,
I mean, you-
sorry, ma'am. I agree that you believe that, but I just don't like how you're saying it like it's a factual statement. Like whatever.
Who cares?
All right, he was.
Kevin
he
Hart
was.
wasn't a legend.
Yeah, fuck him.
Laugh at My Pain wasn't shit.
Actually, that wasn't that good.
Yeah, he wasn't a legend then. He became a legend after.
Seriously,
though, for
funny
sure.
was
Crazy. Kevin Hart names was run through the streets like a motherfucker.
A lot of niggas' name be running through the streets that they don't be legends.
Nah. Kevin
That's
Hart
just-
more of a legend. 𝙿𝙾𝚃. Hughley. For sure.
But I think Kings of Time.
And he was a Kings of Comedy. Kings of Comedy.
He was always a.
But he was
weakest.
added in on the back end though.
Yeah.
Still.
He
I
was
feel like he was
added.
added in because he wouldn't go away.
I think he was added in because Bernie Mac died.
Wait, no.
No.
Bernie
He
Mac, they
he
all
was-
sore together.
yeah,
He was
they-
there.
for a
They
little
were all-
bit.
Yeah, they were
Yeah,
all
they
there.
all
Yeah,
all together.
And then he
they were
got
all there.
booted up.
They were all
Yeah.
there.
Ooh, that'd have been savage.
That would have been great.
Still though.
Another nigga in there.
Oh, well, there goes
No,
legendary
that's
status.
the worst nigga to add too.
D.L. Hewlin
What?
with the feeling for Bernie Mac.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Bernie
saying.
Mac
Like we
died.
lost him, so we
Replace
get
him with
him.
this green-eyed
That'd have been
nigga.
disgusting.
Shit,
Yeah,
nigga, we got
dog.
DL.
But yeah, man, the Joe Budden Podcast. Congratulations to 10 years and blah 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 blah.
Do you see a big ass building with Joe Budden on it? Is that the future of the JBP?
Nigga, if he get in the movie, he's definitely getting a tower.
Because we never talked about the future, and that's important.
Oh yeah.
What does the future look like for these guys and girls? The future ones.
That's a good point. That's a good question. I think the future is
He falls off again.
I don't see it falling off. They have a formula now that is a cultural staple. You know what I mean? They have a condo, they have a location that's like everything about it is like some staple shit. Like what they have now, I feel like they do need to put, if they want that show to become like the big, like some big on some The View type shit, I feel like this lineup has to last for 5 to 10 years.
I don't even think this lineup has to last, bro. I think this lineup doesn't have to last on the show anymore, but I think he's trying his hand visually at the network thing again.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
I think he's visually doing that. I think Mark 𝙃𝚃 would have his own show with
Yeah,
Ish
true.
or something. I think
That's how you get $1 billion.
the
gotta
Pod
get
Wife
out.
show is a sign of that. I think all the additional
That's a good
Patreon,
point.
all the additional Patreon content is a sign of that. Like the different things that they're showing behind the scenes, they're opening up the world a lot more.
Yeah.
And we can vividly see even more his reality TV background shining right now.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's a good take. Yeah, I agree with that. That's true. Him really trying to rebranch out again and spread.
Yeah, and spread.
Joe Budden on national television. You see that?
He's already on national television.
JBP on national television. Well, yeah.
I really don't know if that matters.
They'd probably be hustling backwards.
Yeah, I don't think he cares for
I
it.
don't think about hustling.
Shit.
I don't know. I don't think that.
TV, going into TV now.
If Revolt was still a thing,
It's
I mean,
adding TV.
Adding, yeah.
It wouldn't be. He wouldn't stop one and go to the other.
he might end up working with Zeus or something like that.
I think there's still a certain
I think
level
that's
of-
what he needs in order to like.
That's low. Zeus is below him. I think he's bigger than Zeus.
Well, I just mean like I just putting one out there, but I just mean like a
Bigger than Zeus?
something like
Yeah.
that, like
No.
a Tubi or one of them niggas.
They're not even close.
think Zeus eclipsed him?
For sure. Wait, Eclipse? Yeah, for sure. For sure.
What do we count? Just the amount of shows?
The amount of shows, just
Viewership.
like you don't know how many fights you've seen that came from Zeus.
Yeah, I know. I don't.
Exactly. Not saying like I'm just saying like that's
right.
how big Zeus is.
How many shows does Zeus have? I don't know what their power. I know they have a lot, but I don't know how many they have. And are all of them successful? Are all the fights that I've seen from the best shows, the best 2 shows out of the 20 that they have?
I think fights are worth more than hip hop commentary.
Ooh, how many views do they get a month?
Well, this is what they aim to reach.
Aims to reach. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what their monthly viewership is.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out.
But if that's their aim, and assuming they're being realistic, they're getting a lot.
Assuming they're being like level-headed.
How many views does Zeus channel have? The
There's
network
a total of 149 million views on their channel.
on their YouTube channel, or what are they talking about?
No, Zeus is a
On
network.
Zeus network.
Click that right. Click that.
Oh, this is one of those bullshit websites.
Oh yeah. it is.
Yeah.
You gotta read this.
So does that mean like subscribers? Because I know it's a
Yes.
subscription. So you're telling me there's more than 149 million subscribers?
No, you
Probably not.
Nah, I was talking about views is what they're saying. That doesn't really feel like a lot either.
Zeus is also
That's not a lot at all.
No.
in terms of subscriptions, they have more than what Joe Budden has on Patreon. Off rip.
What makes you say that so confidently? I have no idea what Zeus has at all.
I think for what Zeus offers, there's more people that would want to watch that content than there are that want to invest in a Joe Budden podcast, let alone the $50 tier. You get what I mean?
Do they have Zeus on Twitch or something like that? Is that a thing?
The fuck? Zeus is everywhere, dog.
I'm
Guess
not
they have-
seeing,
yeah, I
I'm
don't
seeing
know.
no concrete numbers. That's
There's
what I'm
nothing, yeah. I guess they have like people who are affiliated with Zeus Network that they're considering as content creators and looking at their numbers through other platforms, which means they're
Right.
trying to get it from everywhere, which means it's not that big yet.
Like I feel like 30,000.
They're trying to pull it from too many
I feel like
places.
30,000 paid subscribers on a Zeus channel is doing really well,
Yeah.
and gives me exactly what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, probably.
Only 30,000?
I do, yeah.
Oh, man. So even then, the reach they have is incredible. If it's only 30,000 niggas,
Yeah.
they have more of a reach than what they should have.
What do you mean?
If it's only 30,000 people subscribed to Zeus
The paid, yeah, paying.
that pay. And
then
we
I'm enjoying a lot on Twitter.
And everything that we see from debauchery of bitches comes from Zeus, then that means like
But it doesn't all come from Zeus. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
a lot of what the high production ones that were like,
Yeah.
ooh, I really saw that. That comes
Right.
from Zeus.
Yeah, for sure. I
That's
agree
big
with
Zeus.
that. Yeah.
Even when what was Blueface and his girl signed to? Was it Zeus?
OnlyFans.
It was OnlyFans?
Yeah.
They was doing their own shit? I thought they were signed to Zeus for a little bit.
The Blue Girls Club was on OnlyFans.
No, they definitely had a show
Oh,
on
then-
some obscure reality like network. Was it Zeus or was it something else?
It was probably Zeus.
But back then, Zeus was very like up and coming. You know what I mean? Now they gotten to the point where like, nigga, they Zeus. I think it's more than 30,000, dog. It has to be. It has to be.
Just because our algorithm show us something a lot doesn't mean it's as big as you think it is.
Of course, but that means there's enough pull.
That's not what that means. That means we're in that algorithm. With these 50 million niggas that like to enjoy this bullshit on our timeline.
Yeah, but
how many of us are actually paying to watch it? Very small number.
how profitable was World Star?
Extremely.
You don't think Zeus is like maybe like anything?
Warstar's bigger. Was bigger. I'm talking about in its peak.
Of course, I'll agree with that.
Oh, okay.
World Star
I
was
was about to
bigger,
say, yeah, that's-
but you don't think
higher.
But you don't.
I mean, now, no. I
Of
don't even
course
remember
not.
the last time I've been to WorldStar.com. I forgot to. That was something I used to
Nigga,
type in.
RIP World Star.
That's
Didn't
one of
he
the
pass
platforms.
away?
It can just get cool again. It can just respark.
I literally
right into
haven't. I haven't searched that shit in so long. 1.14 million.
Yeah.
The nigga who made it passed away.
Go to their.
Who's up there on that banner?
Krishan.
Yeah, these are the heavy hitters right here.
Dog.
Is that Nicki fucking? Oh no, Black China.
Natalie Nunn, Black China, Jocelyn Hernandez.
Chance.
Those two gay niggas.
That nigga look like Emanny.
One Mo Chance.
Or 3 gay niggas.
Oh, this nigga right here. That's crazy.
Don't he?
A little bit.
No, I thought you were talking about Bobby.
You know he's from North Carolina?
Oh.
The dude on the far right?
I don't know who that is.
He kind of look like Michael B. Jordan. Who the fuck is that?
Talking about the nigga that says Bad Boys, the show Bad Boys?
Yeah.
Well, who is it, though?
I think he's from North Carolina. He's like a social media nigga. He's famous. Trust me. Trust Zeus.
Yeah, go to their channel views.
Their channel views?
Yeah, let me see how many views the channel got total.
What was the argument y'all was having? Is this supposed to be bigger than Joe?
Yeah.
That's what this is all about.
Not even close. 150 million views total.
2018, though.
No, that's total today, right now. That's when they joined.
Exactly. And joined 2018. That's.
And what does Joe got?
That's when Joe started his. That's when he had a Spotify deal.
What's Joe got?
This is just YouTube, by the way.
Oh, which means he stunted his growth then on. Means he stunted his growth as well since he was only coming on Spotify.
1.49 M's.
So what's the other button you click? Yeah.
Almost 1 billion.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
It's not even close.
It's been active from 2006, though.
Yeah.
We'll see in about 10 to 15 years.
Zeus is a platform that counts their own views there too. Like we just look at Zeus's YouTube
It's
channel.
a whole app.
But you know,
it's
billion is a lot.
completely different.
It's a lot, but that's a big number to try to catch up with.
Right,
like,
they got a lot of
they
catching up
gotta
on
have
there.
a lot of watch time on that
Right.
platform.
You need a lot of watch time.
Yeah.
Zeus better be
You trusted
logging
Zeus
in
a lot.
hours.
It's a lot of watch time, but that channel has been active since 2006.
Yeah, that is true.
Like,
it's got,
nigga, the
it's got
channel
so
that
much
Zeus
more time.
made was created in April 2018.
They started niggifying it up immediately.
And it's working.
You know what the people want?
Come on, man. I'm telling you, Zeus.
Zeus signed his nigga J Noble.
Zeus is strong, man.
Sign him to
I'ma get us a show.
To a dating show.
man. Yes.
A relationship show.
For the love
that'd
of
be
Jay.
crazy.
For the love of Jay. Well, not even that. No, it would need to be follow your real life. Follow you and your girl.
Oh, no.
That'd be boring
Why
as shit.
not?
Oh, my God, no.
No?
No, what the fuck what she did? She's not cool enough.
She's not?
No.
That's how you got her.
Exactly.
Lame.
Just keep her in the shadow. She's a nobody.
All right.
Yeah, nah. But I do see Joe Budden just, the next couple coming years. Of course, it's redundant to say they're going to be bigger. The nigga was in a Super Bowl commercial, but I mean,
That's a pretty big ceiling, right? Like where you go after that?
You need real estate with your name on it.
Yeah.
That's what's next.
You run for office.
Like, it's no more. Then again, the overhead is probably very low.
This nigga looks so happy to see Star on his fucking front page. That's what I thought you were smiling at just now.
No.
No, he's looking at what Plum is probably doing.
He's looking at something on the page that he looked bad happy about.
No, I just thought it was no, it was a bunch of things I was looking at.
Okay.
I was looking at everything. No,
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I was not that happy to see Star.
I thought you was like,
No,
what
that's
does the nigga
crazy.
talk about right now?
Smiling at Star, nigga.
Yeah,
So
that's
take
crazy.
them off or we get copyrighted.
Oh yeah, let's bleep the
Say,
term.
wipe off your glasses. They're
Please,
fogging up.
Lauren.
But yeah, man, big ups to Joe Budden.
10
Y'all been
years,
seeing that 50
solid.
Cent shit? Like 50 Cent trolling them? and shit?
I was keeping
Nah.
up with it. Joe Budden and 50 Cent have been shedding shots back and forth towards each other. It started with Joe saying that 50 needs therapy.
Yeah.
On a podcast, and then it was the clip, which is always funny because that's how niggas always find out you're talking about them. It's never from the full episode. It's always the clip.
Why would I need to watch a full episode? You talking shit, nigga.
Right. Let's get right to it.
Exactly.
So yeah, 50 took a picture. It looked like he took a picture of the TV. Like he saw the thumbnail on the TV and took a picture of the TV, posted it on Instagram, and I didn't read what he put, but long story short, he started going in on him, and then he started posting AI photos of him with him in his underwear and like whitey tighties, and he's like, Joey walking around butt naked, put your dick away, they're talking shit.
Yeah.
Joe responded on the last episode, and he was pretty much saying every time he talks about me, I make money.
Yeah.
But the moment I stop making money, then
Put the lawyers in.
then the lawyers will be involved. So Joe's saying you can only defame me. It sounds like he's gearing up for a defame angle.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. I don't know how much legs it has. Apparently, you can't do the whole
50 Cent
AI thing.
Yeah, apparently you're not allowed to do that.
50 Cent is.
Well, you can't do this?
That's real. This is a real picture.
Oh, okay.
The AI one, though. Was the,
yeah, you can.
I didn't know you couldn't do that.
Well, they didn't want people going around putting like titties on fucking celebrities.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Right.
I feel like Will Smith, like he got it the worst. Like you remember that point in time when niggas was really making AI memes of him?
Yeah.
And he was just looking stupid. I wonder why he ain't complaining about it.
Because you can't just sue everybody.
I thought Steve Harvey got it the worst. The one where he was like in the woods with Bigfoot.
Steve Harvey, but it wasn't bad. Like
it wasn't bad.
Steve Harvey was just funny. Like Steve Harvey running from this.
That shit was huge. I couldn't believe how like that shit is here forever. The crying, like that shit's gonna be here forever, bro.
Like the Michael Jordan. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, let's hear him talk about this.
Some hip hop, some rapper shit, keep dissing him, and then look what it turned into. So now are we saying that if I diss you on the, because we mixing it up. If I diss you on the record,
mix it up because hip hop is the new meaning for I need therapy.
True.
My thing is, Kanye West needs therapy. 50 Cent needs therapy. I don't care if you agree with the rationale. And 50-50, he gonna stand in it. He gonna stand strong in it.
He is.
But to see my new shows or whatever the is being said, I think it's wrong. I think it's wrong. I think niggas need help. We ain't even got to get to somebody dying. I thought him saying to 𝙿𝙾𝚂𝚃, somebody who you acted like you cared about, somebody who you showed up for, was playing the mentor role for. Now whatever's going on with the show or 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃, yada, yada, yada. What show, little nigga? Kick rock. Like, to be able to turn so cold.
But why you saying acted? Like he's not acting. Like he's not. Some hip hop.
To be able to turn so cold coming from Joe.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, damn, at what point can we stop saying that?
Yeah.
Like when
nah.
Like just because, like, you know, he did what he did in the past, but there's gotta be
Stop saying what though?
like a point where he doesn't get
calling out Joe's hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Like him saying 50 Cent is just crazy and like how could he be so cold?
Like, I don't understand how he could just flip on a guy.
Well, for what it's worth, Joe's friends, I don't know whether it's because they're on the show or whatever, but like niggas claim that, you know, a lot of his shit is potting and that he's much nicer guy in real life.
Who?
Joe Budden. That's what they say about him.
Yeah. Shit, he was cool.
Like, he's actually there for people and be helping niggas and shit.
Saying that I need therapy, I don't
don't
think
know.
that'll piss me off that much.
Yeah, that's not really that bad of a thing to be said.
But I don't think he gives
unless you need therapy, then that's the worst thing you can say to him.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's
that shit'll throw you through the fucking roof.
Yeah. Nigga, I'm not crazy. I don't need therapy.
Who need therapy?
right.
Yeah.
Nigga just
And I don't know if 50 Cent has been
Yeah, I
tapped
don't
into this version of Joe Budden.
Yeah, he
like
still
in
remembers
50 Cent's
him.
mind, he might just
he still remembers Junkie Joe.
Junkie Joe.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So
Junkie Joe that got punched by the members of Wu-Tang on stage, like all like that's how he's probably remembers.
he was chilling in his bed. Tony Yayo sent
Honestly,
in the
I'm
video.
sure he remembers more of him too, though. But but still, though, like if I'm beefing with you, I'm gonna
remember the worst version.
The worst version for sure. Yeah.
This is the same 50 Cent that just called 𝙿𝙾𝚃𝚃 a snitch with no paperwork, with no like any type of evidence.
No, I mean,
so he is, you know.
I guess it took.
I'm gonna be real, bro. When 50 be posting like when he be going at niggas, well, y'all they don't always be like making sense to me.
When he posts,
Yeah,
You
or
gotta do.
well, isn't that Method Man? What does that Method Man
You know
mean?
It never make because he's such a cryptic nigga.
Yeah, they're so
it's
cryptic.
you have to do some.
Yeah,
he's gonna make you research to find out what the fuck this means.
Yeah, bro. It's always like, what are you trying to tell me? And then I'm either researching or I'm looking for a YouTube video that like gives us further context from something that happened 17 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Because a lot of he can't say directly you did that because a lot of times he be beefing with niggas that got allegations. And just the allegation, the fact that you're going through this court case is enough for me to make fun of you. But I can't just say that you did it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's got to be a little subtle. It's got to be a little, damn, 50, what the fuck you talking about?
I'd be just surprised, like, when he even goes at it, I'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, I don't know what's happening right now, but niggas are upset that he's talking about him. I guess this is legs to stand on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But it'd be cryptic as a motherfucker.
Always.
Hey, man, Big 50, man. You got to read the 50th law to figure out why.
I think I started the 50th law and I didn't finish it.
I got the book. That shit cold.
The new thing they saying, though, is that Joe had to leave out the strip club fast or something.
They said 50 ran him out the strip club.
Yeah, that's like
let
the
me
new thing.
see this.
I don't believe
Both
that.
of them niggas too old to be
video?
running.
I believe that.
That he ran him out? I don't know.
Joe Budden running out of a strip
running
club?
him out for real.
That's bad for business.
I believe
Joe Budden coming back way more often than 50 Cent.
Yeah.
It's your boy Brett Fox reporting from the Chicks universe, and let's just get right into it. All right, so let's talk about the latest development between 50 Cent and Joe Budden. Now, if you've been keeping up, 50 just posted a picture of Joe Budden talking smack again, and this time he hit him with a question that kind of just rung alarms off in my head. Why did you leave Mermaid so quick? Now, whoa, am I hearing this correctly? Is 50 trying to insinuate that he sent the goons at Joe Budden? For those of you who may not know, Mermaids is a strip club in Astoria, Queens that Joe Budden sometimes frequents. And of course, as we all know, 50 himself is from Queens. So naturally, we're all going to ask the questions. Did 50 just say he had the goons run down on Joe Budden? Like, is he implying that something happened that made Joe Budden actually leave the club in a hurry? Because if that is the case, I'm not going to lie to you. That's low-key crazy. Like, I understand the whole situation where Irv Gotti is a little bit of a sensitive topic for 50, but I don't think Joe Budden saying that 50 needs therapy warrants him getting ran down on by a whole bunch of goons. At the end of the day, bruh, Joe said what's on everybody's mind. And really, if you think about it, what Joe said is common sense. Bruh, if you got shot 9 times, you need therapy. Because if you don't get therapy, you probably gonna act the way 50 be acting. You probably got crazy schizophrenia. You probably think the whole world is out to get you. Like, you probably can't even function around somebody who ever said a bad thing about you because you don't know what that's gonna turn into. Why you got all these unresolved issues. But
this new nigga on Chicks channel is boy, he animated, man.
Yeah, this is a new nigga. I've never heard this nigga
Yeah,
talk.
I heard him on the that was the first time I heard the whole Martinez story. It was, I think it was this nigga as well too, because when I heard the voice, I thought it was like a fake name.
Yeah.
He was like joking and it was one of the other niggas, Talker's World or it's your boy Talker's World, and then what's the other dude that be on there? I thought it was one of those two dudes, just like, but this nigga's turned up, boy.
I like this nigga so far.
Yeah, he turned up.
This
clip got pulled off of Patreon too, but we'll talk about that later probably if I can find it. I don't think it'd be too hard to find, but yeah. But
this negativity highlighter.
The negativity highlighter one
came in.
Why did I get pulled off
next episode
Patreon?
too?
I don't know.
That was they're so goofy for that. They just wanted to do that. It's like we got him. Let's pull it down. It
Just
was
to
for
make
nothing.
make it look like it's something going on.
Just to make it look like it's something going on. Good marketing, but it was nothing.
Yeah, right. Because it was out already.
It was out already.
Yeah, right. Yeah, nobody's stupid enough to think that.
But
it's whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But he ran him out the club.
Do we think this is gonna be like actual beef now at this point, or we think it's just gonna be?
I don't believe this is true.
I want to hear what Joe has to say.
I don't think you're running Joe Budden out of a strip club.
Right?
No, he hasn't spoken it yet. This is pretty fresh, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty new.
Why you think it's impossible?
Yeah,
Like he just got a bunch of goons around him that keep him safe. The strippers favor him.
A bunch of talking wings like cloudy with a chance of meatball thing.
I feel like this is very realistic. Ran out? Are you?
I felt ran out. I think Joe Budden.
Maybe you're not ran out, but he just said why you leave. So he might have just been like, all right, let me just get him out of here.
I think he had to go. I think nothing happened. And 50 Cent was
he left.
And 50 Cent was told, yo, this nigga just left. And 50 Cent just being the troll that he is was probably just like, yo, why you leave?
Yeah.
It's saying, I know you left, nigga.
Yeah.
I got eyes
But
on
nobody
you.
got pressed.
Nobody got Joe Budden. Like, this is all it's gonna stay at. Nobody's getting touched. These niggas are old. They got money. Like, I don't even think 50 wants to be associated with putting hands on Joe Budden.
Nah.
It's not worth it. Nigga, you have a whole like TV show to write.
Yeah, nah, he'd rather just tease him and make him.
Don't you
make
gotta
him
leave
low
Meech the bully? Like, go bully somebody
then
else.
again, 50 Cent doesn't mind what he gets into. Curtis Jackson would never put hands on or be affiliated with that. But 50 Cent's affiliated with quite a lot of things.
50 Cent's with the shit.
Yeah.
He would get Tony Ayo to do to call it in.
Somebody would do it. If not, somebody would do it.
I don't know, man. It's not just gonna be that though. Like somebody's gonna go to jail, like in due time.
And Joe Budden's in his press charges era.
Yeah, like
nigga, you ain't just gonna find
in a strip club. You're gonna hit me in a strip club, buddy, where there's cameras. Come on, hit me. That's what he's gonna do. He's gonna pull a Orlando Brown.
Do you think people don't fight in strip clubs?
They already fought once.
No, not niggas in Super Bowl commercials. That's the problem. That's the difference.
Bro, just last year, Joe was in a squabble in a strip club.
The nigga wore a robe to our podcast. We wore our flyest shit. This nigga wore a robe.
A robe, man.
This nigga, come on, dog. He's different now. This isn't the same Joe.
It's only been a year.
Exactly.
It don't take
That's
long.
how much a nigga can. That's all it takes for a nigga to change. A year.
I don't know about all that.
Okay. Get a Super Bowl commercial.
See how many niggas you fight.
Yeah. It's gonna be no more sparring days over here at Menace.
No, man. He said, man, get them shit away from me, nigga.
Oh no,
12-ounce gloves.
AJ was in there asleep while we was sparring. Getting that shut eye. Nigga was hibernating.
Yep.
But
I can't remember. Shit. What were we talking
50
about?
Cent, 50 Cent, Joe
50
Budden,
Cent.
nigga.
Oh, I don't know if he really ran down on him. That will be interesting to see. We got to hear what Joe says, I guess.
What the fuck was that whole conversation was there? Because that's what you were saying this whole time, right?
yeah, nah, man.
Well, I think he was also like stressing there's no way they fought.
I feel like you convinced him.
He was saying there's no way that nobody can get hit in the strip club where there's cameras. Which is crazy because
I was just caught up on.
Literally last year.
I never said nobody can get punched in a strip club. I said nobody's hitting Joe Budden.
Nigga, that literally just happened last year.
Now in a strip club, nigga.
The exact thing you're talking about happened last year.
I just find that so ridiculous to just believe that nobody would. Why? Why not? That's the easiest place to catch the nigga.
Nigga, prize picks might get him knocked off.
Nigga,
that's how they caught him the first time.
Nigga, if I want to punch Joe Budden, I'm visiting strip clubs and hopefully I run into him. Like, that's the only chance I got.
That's the best. That's your best shot.
It's the best
He's
opportunity.
distracted.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just gonna pay one person to go to each strip club
just send
separately
scouts
and
out
sit there
every night. Wait for
just
this
sit
nigga.
there. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't remember who hit him the first time.
Some nigga.
Yeah, some nigga that was riding
It
for
doesn't matter,
somebody.
just some nigga. Yeah.
When Joe Budden like had to fight the nigga or whatever?
Yeah.
Was a punch even thrown? Did Joe Budden even get hit?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's how it started. The niggas rocked him.
The nigga got into a physical altercation in the strip club.
Yeah.
Over what? Like
I
chicken
don't think
tenders?
it matters because he just don't think he can be touched. You have to get past that.
Yeah.
The nigga can be touched. Anybody can be touched.
Yeah, anybody. Okay, anybody can be touched, but 50 Cent and Joe Budden aren't doing anything to each other.
Not over this.
Over this, no.
No.
That's what I said.
Not over
we
this.
agree. Jay Nobles.
Office hours. This is the segment of the show.
You want to do it?
Nah, I was just bullshitting, but if we there, fuck it.
We there, nigga?
Are we there?
I think so.
Yeah, office hours is a segment of the show where you get to talk to your professors
I don't have a single
personally.
office hours. Go ahead.
Not a single one? Well, while he finds those, we'll keep talking about what this is.
Let's talk about
Maybe
it.
you can send them in and give him something to find. But we answer comments, questions, concerns. We watch your video diaries for 15 minutes at a time.
Sometimes, not
Cancel that.
anymore.
Cancel that. Cancel that.
Not.
Cancel that.
Office hours canceled.
No. Joe, before we do the office hours, Joe Budden on the last episode was ranking what cast members he would replace and bring back from the old podcast. Can we let's go over that and see?
Is this actually probably important?
This is funny. Like
where'd you put the link?
I put the link. That was that hyperlink that
That's in the chat.
Yeah. Not the chat. It's in
He
the Google
wants
Note.
Rory.
Okay.
He basically said Rory was like
Invaluable.
the
Not
guy.
invaluable, but I would have no problem having that nigga come back for sure.
Yeah. He was actually like how you thought Julian was.
Yeah, let's just listen.
I have to entertain him because one, we're in the entertainment business at the talking job, and two, I got to hold my man down.
Wait, who?
Ish.
Oh, I thought he was my Rory. Yeah. Never mind.
If we speaking on NBA terms,
I'll fuck you up.
I would like to keep Ish.
Okay. Any waivers you picking up?
He's my 3.
Okay.
He's my starting small forward. I think I could send over a doable package and keep him to the side. So let's continue
Nah,
to
you gotta
build.
give up. No. You gotta give up. You gotta give up. Melo Ish gotta go.
No, I'm letting go of you and Flip already. Then that's the big deal to me.
So who's your one?
That takes a large Flip leaving.
Who's your 1, 2, and 3?
Without Surf being home.
Who's your 1, 2, and 3?
Impacts things. We're gonna ship you and Flip out with Tanner.
Wait, Tanner going?
With Tanner and Daisy. Cash considerations. And a future first.
For Rory.
Prime Rory.
Now, if I'm numb, I need Melo Ish.
As much as it's gonna hurt me.
Joe.
Melkin. What? You my 3. Man, would you shut the fuck up?
I didn't say a word. That was Ian, nigga.
Shut up, Ian. As much as this is gonna hurt the broadcast.
Pardon me for snitching. No, you good.
So you sending Mel,
Flip, you, Tanner, cash considerations, and a future first
round. That's
for
Rory.
Prime.
For Prime Rory.
Damn.
Rory.
That's like 18,
And then
19.
who am I left with? I'm left with me, Parks, Ish, Ice, Prime Rory, and Dr. fucking Mark Lamont. There you think this?
That's not bad. I ain't gonna lie, that's not bad. That's lit.
That's a nice lineup.
Yo, don't get it fucked up. Listen, we'll get it done. We'll get it done on the other side.
I want you to.
We'll get it done.
I would want you to, though.
You gotta see us in the finals.
When niggas leave,
would you hire Julia?
when niggas leave here, I want niggas to fucking
wait.
flourish and progress.
You don't think you would have to see us in the finals? Me, Flip, Mel,
Julia.
Hold on. Chill
you gotta go pick up Julia.
Chill out.
Y'all being messy.
Corey, chill out.
Y'all being messy. All right.
That's crazy.
Corey, you're not on this podcast. You shut up.
And then you think we ain't gonna pick up? We picking up J1 and Julian off waivers. Come on, nigga.
As much as that's gonna hurt. J1 I would try to keep. Just because it's a lot. They're asking for a lot.
See?
J1 on a 10-day contract.
Damn. Just trade a lot of niggas
For Prime Rory.
for Prime Rory. I don't remember Prime Rory being that good.
And they packaged a first
I think
round
he just
draft
liked
pick with
being
that
around
shit.
him.
You said what?
He gave him a couple players in a first round draft pick for the future, and some cash considerations.
He gave up too
that
much.
was crazy.
Yeah, there's a lot
That's
of
worse
things
than
going
that.
on.
That's worse than that Rudy Gobert trade, Lauren.
Yeah, that shit's nasty.
Goddamn, was Prime Rory that good? I don't remember that shit.
I don't remember that nigga.
I was never. That wasn't my iteration either. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't remember that. God damn.
I don't remember what Prime Rory gave to me in terms of value.
I didn't realize he had a prime.
Me neither.
I feel like he's in it now, actually.
He can't be. He's with Maul. He's stuck.
I feel like prime personal performance.
Maybe prime happiness.
Yeah,
like prime self acceptance.
I don't know. I don't really see him be. I don't see him cooking shit like that. Not just like people,
I
but
guess.
just even like monologues or
I know what you
thing.
mean.
You know what I mean?
I guess
Like I
that's
don't
true.
know. I just hear the most I hear is niggas saying he needs to get away from Maul.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I hear that the most.
That's because it's easy to hate on Maul too.
Yeah, Maul is just
Well, Maul makes it easy because he makes it easy as fuck.
because Maul's not out for love; he's out for loyalty.
Yeah. Right.
Maul's hunting a different game. And this question was asked by Ian Dunlap, who's
Dunlap.
Dunlap.
Yeah.
Thought it was Dunlap. Dunlap. Who's
Dumb lip.
his name is Dunlap. It's not that far. Wait, is Dunlap?
No,
it's Dunlap.
Dunlap.
Oh, well, Dunlap and Dunlap are two kind of crazy fucking names, so it's not far fetched. Nigga last name is Dunlap. But Ian Dunlap, investor, he has another show, right?
I don't know. I think some say scammer.
Yeah, he got another show.
Scammer?
Couple shows.
I think some people say that for sure.
Who
Part of
says he's a
AYL,
scammer?
I'm about to say, who are his friends? Do they have any weird things going on?
I've only heard good things about the brother.
Ian is a good dude.
I've only heard
That's what they
great
say.
things.
That's what they say. Well, that's what they say.
Honestly, I haven't heard much about the nigga. But I remember when the podcast was doing bad, I remember.
Like EYL and them niggas?
Yeah, people were talking about like the scammy things. Not scammy, but it was just like, maybe it was just all, maybe it wasn't scammy. It was just all like how fake this shit is.
Anytime you choose that path, though,
something like that.
A nigga who offers financial advice, you're gonna get people who run you down with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because somebody's advice didn't turn out for
Yeah,
him.
especially when you draw a large audience doing that shit.
But I don't know much about him at the end of the day.
Yeah. But I mean,
Should I follow him on Twitter?
do you think them other niggas would go to the finals to meet Joe and them niggas back?
Hell no, nigga. What? That is a mess.
Yes, 𝙬𝙾 is going to drop 40 points in the last 4 minutes.
That other lineup, it was. I mean, I hate to say that shit was a mess, bro.
There's a lot of dudes.
Emanny, M4, Flip.
It's 𝙬𝙾.
And Julian.
And these are niggas that are on the roster. That don't mean that they're playing.
I think they were throwing Julian in there as like a joke, but not really. And we're saying we have to assume Maul because
Rory's not there.
Yeah. So we have to assume Maul as well too.
Oh, so then you got to assume Damaris.
Possibly, but I think Damaris and Maul, Rory. I think Damaris will be behind camera on the Joe Budden podcast before. I think
they already got. I
think Rory is the one that brought her in. I don't know.
We talking about trades though.
I don't know, but I think.
I feel what you're saying.
So she would go wherever. I'm picturing her following Rory. That's what I'm picturing.
Joe ain't learned nothing. He still thinks these niggas expendable.
They're not making it to the finals.
Every now and then.
They're not making it to the finals.
They're not. No.
I don't know,
They
man.
might. They're out of their first round.
Give Emanny grace, man.
Nigga, nobody in this room except Joe Budden is going to the finals without Joe Budden.
Mark Lamar Hill's going to the finals.
Yeah, Mark Lamar is going to the. He's going to the chip.
Ish is going to the finals.
Ish is going to the chip too. I'm not gonna lie.
What do y'all keep saying finals?
Red pill.
Yeah, Ish is going to the chip.
Red pill.
What do y'all mean by the finals? Like when he said that, I imagine like, okay, you traded us to this other team, but we're gonna go to another podcast and be so lit over there that we're gonna rival you.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't even think Mark is gonna do that.
He can. He's done it on his own.
Yeah,
before.
he's had the ability. He got the ability.
He's fresh off the whole.
And we're talking about like
Not in podcasting, but just
We're
in
just talking
getting
about
shit
his
done.
media career. If we're talking about his media career, of course, Mark got it. But in
he got
podcasting by himself,
But he's
go to the finals.
He's got the conversational piece on lock.
Conversational piece on lock. You
Yeah.
tuning into Mark Lamont Hill by himself?
People do. A lot of people do.
I asked if Lauren was doing
If I want some Negro motivation, then yeah.
That's
He be
what
saying some fly
Negro
shit, bro. He
motivation.
be saying some fly shit.
He does. I just don't want to hear it all the time. It's just like I'm not listening to stuff like that all day anyway.
But
So-
watching him on
That's
the
why he
Joe
ain't going
Budden,
to the
watching him on the Joe Budden podcast allows me to believe he could definitely do this somewhere else, and allows me to believe he could carry like as a definitely a strong B, even an A.
Easily.
Very easy.
I don't know about red pill ish. He make it sound like Kaioken Goku. Like it's just another level for him.
Yeah.
It's like red pill ish is just ish.
That's where he comes alive. That and business ish.
That's where he comes alive. For sure.
Those two.
For sure.
And only one of them matter to society right now.
Business ish?
No, the red pill. That business. Nobody cares about business shit.
Money ish.
Especially when Ish is talking about it.
Yeah, do people? I don't think they really give a fuck.
Like I'm pretty sure Ish has a lot of valuable information when it comes to business and you know what game he could give, but that doesn't mean people care.
It's not 2018.
Yeah,
you know Gary Vee isn't hiding these Twitter streets and all that shit. Like it wasn't that big entrepreneurial. There was a big entrepreneurial boom that like if he would have got in on that, he probably would have made something.
He would have been one of the black dudes.
Yeah, he could have been like one of the black dudes.
One of the black dudes.
One of the niggas that you just trust automatically because it's like, yeah, he kind of look like me. Let me
He's
see
light skinned too.
What he's saying.
Easy to talk to.
But a Flip ran show with that cast done in proper improv style, does that compete?
No. Improper Improv didn't have it this season. They only had one good season, and that was it. And Joe was on all those episodes, so.
It was.
That don't help
nah.
either.
Flip was stretching himself too thin. Running around, going to Jamaica, coming back to film an improper improv and shit.
He wasn't flipping enough.
Niggas was
Yeah,
outside wild.
that Joe's lineup washes them niggas. It's not even close.
You
And I'm not. Yeah.
He
And
didn't
I don't-
keep
and I-
him
and I
full,
don't-
right?
And I don't. No, he didn't. And I don't even know what Prime Rory like what to expect from that. But just everything else outside of that, it's like.
And you know what?
Did he just
Go ahead.
what? I was just about to say, my bad. I was about to say he probably said Rory just to spite Maul, even though he kind of did like Rory.
Prime Mall is pretty good. Prime Mall is pretty entertaining. I would say Prime Mall was during the Drake and Kendrick beef. He was crazy. That was some prime shit right there.
Yeah.
This is the most entertaining he's ever been.
No, there's definitely some clips where that nigga like from before that was pretty funny.
But like not just clips, like with like an era where it was consistent.
It was the earliest stages before Spotify.
So that's probably Prime Mall then.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, listening to Joe every time he talks about Rory, I think I'm definitely against your original point, Jay, where you're talking about he had to get rid of niggas, because I think in Joe's heart of hearts, he still wants to work with Rory.
Yeah, he does.
Now maybe,
It
but
was
I don't
Maul
think
he was trying to get rid
Yeah,
of because he
yeah.
was bringing she was the anchor.
Yeah, I think he still wants to work with Rory. In his heart of hearts, he would do that if it came about.
I don't think
I think both
Rory
of them
wants
would
to
do it.
work.
I think they both would do it.
No. I think Rory would think about it, but then it's like, this nigga hid money from me. What the fuck?
Rory can't.
like that, and that's always the thought.
I think he won't do it off of quote unquote principle, but not his own. The principle of what it would look like from the outside.
I don't know. I think
I think
Rory.
that's the same
I think
thing.
Rory's a
But
loyal
I
dude.
agree with you.
Because Maul took a stand for that nigga. When Joe first told him not to come, and then Maul was like, nigga, okay, I'm not coming either. Because Maul didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
It was only Rory that was told not to come
That's what I'm
back.
saying.
Right.
So Maul was like, nigga, I'm going to ride with my dog. Like, you can't go back after all that.
That's how Maul kind of attached himself, though.
If that happened to Maul, I would feel bad for him. Like,
Yeah.
yo, this nigga might be the loyalist nigga of all time. Niggas just keep doing them dirty.
Yeah, nah.
It'd be official.
Nah, man. And that's why he had to go, Lauren. They had to go.
There was no room. Can't grow like that.
I just think Joe doesn't really speak on Rory in that much of a negative light, even when he tries to. He turns around and says some positive shit within it.
Yeah, but you do got to understand that like that is respect for Rory
Yeah.
in some regards.
Yeah.
But that's also backhand disrespect for Maul.
Yeah.
For
Like,
sure.
You know, divide and conquer. Like
I
if
agree.
you were once beefing with both of us. Now you bigging up one of us. That's intentional.
I think as time passes too, he'll like to look at that overall shit and it's like, what we really do that for? Like, I'm up. They look like they still surviving. Goddamn, these niggas won't die. All
But
that shit.
even
It's
like the way you're saying it from like a pedestal position. Like, hey man, like we could be friends, man. Look, my Super Bowl commercial going around everywhere. I think we should just be cool. Like,
Yeah, like, we'll have a
doesn't
chuckle.
football bring everybody together?
We'll
Look at
have
my
a chuckle
commercial
about this one
Like,
day.
what are you
One day
talking
we'll
about?
have a chuckle about this. We're gonna have
Nah.
a drink. I'm gonna see you somewhere. It's gonna be another 5 years from down the road. We're gonna be like, man, what was all that shit about? We both gonna be in better places. That's what's gonna be.
Yeah, I don't think that can't happen.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably.
All right.
But for Maul, it's life.
It's life.
Yeah, it's like
It's life for that nigga.
It's life. More life.
it's life thing. But yes, partner at the end of the show, hashtag office hours. We get to answer some of y'all questions. Sometimes they're important. Sometimes they're cool. Sometimes they're fun. Sometimes they're sad. Sometimes they're happy. But we do our job and make sure y'all do yours. Hashtag office hours in the comment section below. Or you could send the voice note to Menace Material. Or you could comment down below in the subreddit, Homeroom University Pod. Or like we said in the beginning of the episode, you can subscribe to the $5 Patreon and say your office hours in the Discord exclusively with the special members. You know what I mean? But I'm pretty sure we got a couple 20-minute office hours.
Yeah, nah. Shout out
right to these motherfuckers.
Shout out to 𝙼𝙃𝚃𝚃. Hashtag office hours. I was going to write like 7 long, boring office hours, but I gave up after 2. Anyway, I went to my cousin's funeral, and man, those motherfuckers really be having second and even third families. Plus, turns out grandma used to traffic arms for the mob. If you want to learn family gossip, go to a funeral. The stories might
facts.
be bullshit, but those people be claiming to be the children. Wait, what? But those people claiming to be the children do look like us.
Oh yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah, facts.
Your grandma used to traffic arms for the mob.
But there's a lot of shit you find out at funerals for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's a lot of shit.
On niggas' deathbeds, that's where like there's no secrets to be kept. I'm gone.
Yeah.
Just reveal it all.
You gonna say everything?
Yeah.
Third family,
Well, I mean, I
fourth
can't-
family, everything?
Can't say everything because I'm dead, but you know, if things were said, it can't bother me.
Nah, Michael Solis, that's dope. Not the funeral. Not your cousin's funeral, but
having a gangster grandma?
Gangster grandmas are always dope.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all found things about, found out things about your family through means like that you didn't know?
Of course.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know.
Of course.
You get some dirt when they alive, some dirt when they dead, and some more dirt. Like, yeah.
Everybody has trafficked something. You just hope it's not humans.
You just hope it's not children. Yeah.
It's not, you just hope it's something kind of good, relatively. Michael Solis again. Love you, boy. Hashtag Office Hours. What's the best way to check video analytics
boy.
besides YouTube Studio? Asking for a friend. Nigga, did you just ask us something Google can do?
Best way to use video analytics besides YouTube video. That'll be it. Yeah, that'll be it.
It's like YouTube Studio.
Your YouTube Studio analytics.
It shows everything.
It's a lot deeper. There's more options than niggas actually think, though. I feel like there's
an advanced option.
Yeah, like that first 2 to 3 pages, it'd be like you can keep clicking into some analytics.
Yeah.
Like that shit is not just like this many views over the last 28 days. It can get deep, bro. You can break it down to the state, what types of devices are watching your channel the most. Like you can do a lot.
Yep. Do we got any audios?
Lowering your inspiration. Yeah, there's one audio. There's actually a video. Let me airdrop it over because I had to screen record it. I don't know why, but let me. If you send one on Instagram, you have to send it so that it'll save in the chat. Like this is one of those ones where it was like it says play video, but it's like nigga, I can't download that. I have to like screen record it. You know what I mean? So I was screen recording it, and I hope I screen recorded the audio on, or it's gone because I can't get it again. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
So it's like one of those things. I hope the audio is there, but I don't know at the same fucking time.
And if y'all are ever confused on how to do it, you can always go to our Reddit, Homeroom University Pod.
I hope it works, honestly.
It might not.
Yeah, you don't have to put it on the screen. Well, yeah, I don't think you have to put it on the screen.
I forgot what these shit was called anyways, the question. You didn't play my last one anyways, but try it again. So, long story before I get to the question. So I've always...
You turning it down on your phone right now?
Oh my God, okay.
Independent space to have a commentator come on here and talk about things, politics, whatever, social commentary, media, whatever. And black people should just go pick that person. This is mainly after the situation that happened with Lord Jamar and them boys over there with sitting on Vlad's couch, and then there was a situation with Adam22. I hate when I talk about California or anything Adam22, New York bias. But I was saying we need a space for black folks to go to that's independent, not bought or paid for by either side, that's going to call things down the middle, balls and stripes. Pause. Unfortunately, we got Shannon Sharp. That became the platform that... Yo.
Oh wait, that was it. That's all he sent me though.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
it's got to be more.
Yeah, that's all he sent me though. Hold on. Wait, what the fuck?
Shout out to New York. We got a couple New York fans.
That's our biggest.
We got a couple New York fans.
That's our biggest market.
Hey man, the Big Apple, man. We taking our own bite, man. We about 60% of that motherfucker. But
No, that's literally the only one he sent.
Oh damn, that's crazy.
That shit. He never completed his thought.
his question was what's them niggas from Earn Your Leisure?
Rashad and I forgot the other name.
Yes. I think Rashad is the bald black dude.
Yeah, Rashad and I forgot his name.
Those guys,
Ian
though.
Dunlap.
No, he's not the main guy. He's like the third.
He posts for them.
Yeah, and he's on like their Market Mondays and
I
shit.
thought he was the main nigga. Or one of the main niggas.
Man.
Oh, never mind.
He'd be there, but
I thought he was somebody completely different then.
He'd be there for sure. Earn Your Leisure. Forgot what these niggas' names are, man.
Partner with us.
Oh well.
Give us money.
I don't know why I did that.
But I got one audio.
Okay.
Yeah. What up, y'all? It's Roscoe with another office hours question for y'all. It's pertaining to Gilly and Wallow coming up on Shannon Sharp's podcast throughout the past 2 weeks. And, you know, they just were talking about peer pressure and growing up in the hood and making it out. And Gilly he had mentioned his son had died trying to be a follower. And, you know, he grew up in the suburbs, but he just still wanted to be on some hood shit. And I felt like their messages were sort of hitting home for me. Just because I'm not from the hood per se. My mom and dad are. But they raised me and my brothers up in Virginia Beach. So we really are like suburban kids. But they would always tell us tales from the hood and shit like that. Because I don't know if eventually they knew that we'd be going back there. But yeah, they always warned me and shit, like being in the hood and temptations are going to come and how not to be a follower, be a leader and shit. But my question to y'all is, do y'all have any stories peer pressure going wrong for y'all? Or, you know, trying to be on some wannabe thug shit that went wrong from y'all that y'all learned y'all lesson from? Like, for example, with me, when I started smoking, this was like 9th, 10th grade. Started smoking, I believe it was like 10th grade summer. Niggas started trying to hit licks and shit. So, you know, my parents, they was with none of that shit. You know, none of it. You know what I'm saying? Even though they from the hood themselves, they wasn't with it at all. So they always raised me the opposite way. But, you know, being a black kid in America, you're going to face those temptations and peer pressures, just like how Wallow and Gilly were explaining. So I got a story where I tried to hit a lick on a nigga, and for some reason, I put my damn glasses in the pocket on my shirt so we could run off on this nigga. And my glasses end up falling out my shirt while we running away. I didn't even notice. This nigga gonna text me like, yeah, I'm gonna need that weed back. So you can get your glasses back. And I didn't even know what was going on. I pat my chest looking for my glasses. I'm like, oh shit, my mom and dad gonna whoop my ass if I come home without these glasses. Like, damn, hitting a lick. Like, they don't even know how I lost the glasses. They just gonna whoop my ass just for knowing I lost the glasses. Like, and if they found out how I lost that shit, yeah, I probably wouldn't even be talking to y'all niggas right now. But but anyway, I ended up getting the glasses back. You know, the niggas I hit the lick with, we ended up it was only for a gram too at that. You know what I'm saying? Dumb as hell. It was a gram niggas done ran off on, so I hit the nigga back like, yeah, we got the weed, I'm gonna give it to you. But we ended up just rolling up some grass in a blunt and giving it to the nigga. I got my glasses back or whatever. But yeah, the point stands. Do y'all have any peer pressure stories going wrong? You know, wannabe hood type stories gone wrong that you learned your lesson from?
Nope. All of mine went successful.
Okay, I don't know about wannabe thug, wannabe hood, but I have one for white man.
Which one's that?
And that's only because I just was there recently. Dine and dash at Waffle House.
Oh, that shit. That wasn't
a wannabe thug thing.
Nah, that was just me not trying to pay a bill.
Like peer pressure shit, but I just went to that Waffle House.
That was me legitimately saying like, nah, this is stupid. Let's not do this. And niggas was like, well, we not paying. I was like, well, shit, if y'all not paying, I'm not paying.
Nobody.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not paying.
But he was the one that ended up getting caught though.
Yeah, it was some stupid shit,
and he was the only one that really wasn't with that shit.
But it wasn't even because it wasn't just getting caught. It was the way I got caught.
It was like 2 years later.
Yeah, but it was
crazy.
also because like in my mind, I still think there's footage out there of the whole thing that happened. It was actually a movie. Like it was the dumbest shit in the world. When I pulled up to these niggas after, like I pulled up to them later at the Lowe's, I rolled out the window and I was like, "Nigga, we have to go now."
Oh my god!
It was because
what the people watching?
Nah, it was dumb. Like okay, so it was like Waffle House parking lot not that big. The one that we at, I'm trying to envision
This
it
Waffle
for
House
you.
parking lot,
It's small.
It's one lane.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's a very small parking lot.
Yeah.
One way in, one way out.
Yeah.
There's no
Small.
dual exit at all.
Small.
Like you have to
Shit like
pass
Char
each-
Grill.
Yeah, and it's one maybe 15 spots total.
Yeah.
Like that's it. There's nothing crazy at all.
Yeah. I make it to the car like with the other nigga that was riding with me because we was just coming from a party, and
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and I make it to the car with the other nigga that's riding with me. I make it there like successfully, find all that shit, doing dumb shit though. Like I open my door, not his. He outside clicking and shit. I'm like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got him in. We got in the car. I'm trying to back up and get out the space as I'm backing out because niggas didn't plan for this, so it's not like I backed in. I just pulled in regular because it's tight and all that shit anyway.
No,
So
yeah, niggas' cars were not prepared.
Not
at all
prepared.
for,
Not prepared.
Yeah, for the
So-
jump in and pull off.
Yeah, so I'm like backing out, and as I'm trying to back out, there's a car like perpendicular to me that's not all the way in front of me, but like moving slow, so I can't back out the way because it's a small parking lot. So they see me starting to back out. By the time this car moves and I back all the way out, the Waffle House nigga is on my hood with the receipt, waving it. He's waving it. He's in the hood. He's waving the receipt. And the nigga who's in the car can attest to this shit. He's waving this shit. I got my window cracked all the way, like halfway, not halfway down. My window's cracked a little bit. I'm a little tipsy. I'm young. You know what I'm saying? And I'm literally in the car, and I'm sitting there in the car, and I'm yelling to this nigga on my hood. I said, "Don't do it, nigga. Don't do it." That's literally what I'm saying to this nigga, yo. I'm like, "Don't do it." I'm revving. I'm trying to rev the engine. I end up putting this shit in reverse.
pay you.
I'm backing up. I'm like backing up and shit. I put it in reverse. I swing this way, put it back in drive, move him a little bit, swing this way. He's still in front of the car. He's not moving. I finally get him a little bit to the side because I guess he thinks I'm really going to do something. So he move a little to the side. Once he moved to the side, I floor it. He spin off the side of the whip, and I get out. And then I was like...
We were already gone.
Yeah.
The parking lot waiting for this nigga. Like,
Yeah.
But we in the car like, yo, what's taking this nigga so long?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
But the whole thing was fucked up, nigga. Niggas weren't really planning it for real. Like,
Nah.
the ringleaders were not... He was a driver and my boy was a driver.
Yes.
My boy that was driving was the one ringleading that shit, but it was a sloppy plan.
It was a sloppy plan.
Dumb sloppy,
And it was
bruh.
because it was fucked up because like I was trying to, even my plan was stupid, but I was trying to put something together and then niggas did what, like I went to the bathroom and came out and niggas already left.
Yeah, bro.
So it was like I had
dirty,
to do
bruh.
something.
Yeah, it was dirty,
You know what I'm
bruh.
saying? So
Yeah.
like I was like, oh man, this is fucking, I was like, well damn, nigga, I'm not, fuck. So I was like, all right, well I'm walking
Yeah,
out,
that
nigga.
shit. Weren't you? Wasn't Adrian in the car with you?
Yeah, he was one in the car with me. yeah.
Yo, we barely ever hang out with this nigga too. It's like he was always cool.
He was always cool,
But it
but-
was like we just happened to be kicking
Putting
it with
the
this
nigga in
random
a-
nigga too.
That's a fucked up situation to have a
Put
nigga
him in
put
that
you in.
fucked up
Yeah,
situation.
for him to be like, I never hang out with his
Still
niggas
call
either,
each
and
other
like I'm
friends
doing
after.
this.
Yeah, bro.
Man, that shit
Bro,
was
y'all
stupid.
niggas is stupid.
But I mean, I had more like I guess that was a good one because that was like more of like an adult.
That
one.
was just
I
some
had
peer
more,
pressure shit,
I had
yeah.
more like younger, like way younger peer pressure moments. Not hood shit though, but like dumb shit. Like
When I was 8,
almost burned down the neighborhood one time.
me, my stepsister, and my cousin, we set up a fake organization
Oh my god.
and just went around as like just telling people like, yeah, you know, you
Like donate to this.
we're hungry, poor.
We need
Fuck with
jerseys.
us.
Damn.
We need jerseys for our team.
That shit worked for a little bit too. We ended up going to Little Caesars, cashed out, got a couple boxes, sodas and shit,
That
went
does make
crazy
it so
on a
good.
nickel, you know.
We got
Yeah.
these Krispy Kreme donut kids that be coming around all the time.
Oh,
These
yeah.
little black kids
Yeah,
with Krispy Kreme donuts.
they come to my neighborhood, my shit too.
Word.
And they bad as
Real
shit.
Krispy
Yeah.
Kreme.
Yeah,
Yeah, like the box of them.
they go through your dealership too.
Yeah, bro, it's
wow.
crazy, and it's like
You're not even in the same area as me. That's crazy. They're making around.
these kids don't look clean,
Nope.
and it's like, where's the adult that drove you here? And they be coming from far, nigga. These niggas be from. I be like, where'd y'all come from? They be like Fayetteville. I'm like, why the fuck? What the
Nigga,
fuck?
they got
my
donuts?
Nigga, like,
They're hustling.
they be having donuts. Yeah, they don't be having candy. It be Dunkin' Donut boxes. Not
fucking
Dunkin' Donut.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
Where the fuck are they getting these donuts?
But it's always these kids that come from
Foundation.
dumb far, like
They be walking in the back and
Goldsboro or
everything
some
too.
shit. Yeah, bro. They be. It's weird, bro. And then the guy that's like driving them around is like, he almost never comes inside. He's always like just sitting in the van waiting on them
I've
to
never
come
seen
back.
The
I
fuck?
seen him one time. Yeah, it's some weird. some weird shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
They got the Cashapp scan. You can Cash App. I'm like, how about you show me the adult that I'm paying right now? Like, where's that nigga at?
Yeah, I got peer pressured into some dumb shit when I was a kid, though. That could have got a lot of people hurt.
I feel like,
damn.
Well, what's that story?
Maybe like peer pressure or some thug shit. Maybe all those fights that we were getting in the club and shit.
Oh, that shit.
It was just some dumbass nigga shit. It was just, I don't know. There was like a point in time niggas just kept getting kicked out for getting in fights at the club.
That was an era?
It was an era.
Damn.
Just getting in fights downtown with bouncers, niggas. Just
Fighting a bouncer is probably the worst.
you have to outnumber the bouncers.
Yeah.
'Cause they're always going to jump you.
Yeah,
So you can only
shit's
do it
probably
when
the
you have
worst.
strength in numbers, which
Yeah.
that's when you will pull those moves.
Yeah.
When we could take security.
Depending on what they look like, too, not all bouncers are made equal. You know,
a lot
some
of the times they're
them-
like MMA niggas or some shit like that.
And
they have to be to keep their job.
Pretty much, especially if
Yeah.
they're smaller. I'm
Yeah.
assuming they know something.
Yeah.
Some sort of
Krav
skill.
Maga,
Yeah,
nigga.
like when they're just
Krav
they're not large, but their security, they're nothing's a
they
guess.
know. Yeah.
They know how to
They know
take,
something.
Take somebody
Yeah.
down quickly. Yeah, for sure.
We got a homie in the industry. He was telling us that like if they lose a fight, they can't work at that club or that bar no more.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Like,
Yeah,
you're fired because it's
bro,
like,
that makes sense.
They gonna
dog.
think that niggas can just pull up and bully.
No,
this
that's
shit.
a whole fact. That does make a lot of sense. Like you lose as a bouncer, bro. You're fired.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to win every time.
can't do
You're
your job.
literally the hired
Yeah.
muscle, nigga. Like you
Yeah.
have to be that.
Our muscles getting beat up. Sorry,
Yeah.
you don't work here no more.
We
My
need a
nigga.
new guy. How about the guy that beat you up? Let's hire him.
Maybe selling
Exactly.
weed.
Yeah.
Maybe selling weed. But I don't know. I just feel like me getting into selling weed was just like so gradual. It's not even funny. Like I didn't wake up one day and was like, I'm trying to be a trap star.
It started at every level.
It started just like all my friends want weed. So I'll just get a half ounce and just give it to them because we're always looking for weed anyway.
Yeah.
And I know somebody who has ounces and halves. and
Yeah.
shit, you know? And then it turned into more friends. That's literally how it got there. Like, so then by the time I got
It's
arrested
like,
for
I know
it,
all these niggas that got
yeah, like it never really felt like it. There were moments when it was like, yo, I'm really like a weed dealer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it didn't really hit until it's like, damn, nigga, I got 2 felonies right now. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, these niggas ran in our door and literally ransacked our entire townhouse.
Yeah.
That was when
Fuck
it was
that.
real, when it was like, okay,
Niggas got
I'm in
raped.
jail behind this dumbass shit right now.
Yeah,
Like,
over
this
some
is,
weed.
This is stupid as fuck. Yeah.
It's a good. That's
And back in 2013 when
in
it was
tw-
like,
is a caveat.
yeah, which is very important. Like you get caught with a quarter pound now, I feel like they just give you 2 misdemeanors. I don't
Nigga,
even,
they're
I
not
don't-
busting in your door for a quarter pound.
They're not doing that
Like-
shit. Back then, nigga, they'll bust in your house for a seed.
If you riding around with that, they might take half of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Just as
it's
a punishment.
Right, yeah, but
Like you don't know what you're doing with this
yeah,
shit.
we talking back in the day when it was anything outside of like a bet. And then I remember back then also it was like you might not even be selling weed, but like going around, like if you
have weed.
if you had like 2 dime bags,
yeah, nigga, you
together,
had weed.
it's like, oh, you're definitely selling weed then.
Yeah.
Even though I've just bought these 2 dime bags from a nigga, I don't intend to like resell them. It's just I'm carrying them like a drug dealer.
Nigga,
Don't you dare
That
get-
was a charge.
If you and your friend are riding around and both of you have 2 grams, 12 is gonna say both of these niggas had 4 grams of weed.
That's a fact. Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I'm
bro.
saying?
Yeah, it was that shit was so much more
Collectively, they were
strict
trying to
back
start
then.
an empire.
And don't you dare get caught with a scale.
Oh, the scale was the
No, scale
worst.
is the thing that
Yeah.
makes it real.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
the scale was the worst.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a drug
obviously
dealer.
drug
with
dealer,
intent to
yeah.
sell.
Yeah. The scale is it gets you cooked now. But I do kind of. I've thought about that. Like I've gotten pulled over, had weed in the car, and just really thought like if it got to that point where they were like, "You have weed." I bought this at the store. I don't have weed. What are you talking about?
Now, right?
Yeah, like now, like how is that even going? Like I feel like I have to have a lot for them to be like, okay, nigga.
I think the law is. I don't even want to give a number, but you got to have a lot of weed for them to be like, damn, nigga, like,
right? Yeah,
you don't know the law. You can have a lot of weed. Why'd you have to have this much?
Because if I can buy that flower, which looks like weed, and a lot of times it is weed,
Yeah.
if I can just buy that from the store, I can smoke it during the pullover, right? And you can't do nothing.
You're only being
You can't
arrested.
smoke and drive. And
Yeah.
like a lot of times,
Oh
like,
yeah,
even-
because it could like a light version of a DUI or
even the
Yeah.
smoke shops that sell it get rated.
Yeah.
Like there's, if you go into
I
them
think that
now,
is
the gone are the days where it's like it's a glass jar that you can
They
see
li-
the weed. You got to
yeah, they
put that
used to
shit in
have that shit.
packages. You got to hide
Yep.
it for real. Because niggas will run up in there into a
Really?
smoke shop and
Yes.
confiscate all that shit. They don't give a fuck. The one by my crib,
Oh.
It happened to them like 3 times. Like the dude, he almost wanted to stop selling it because he was like,
It's
not going to be a
worth it.
fucking headache every time, but he just found another way. So if they coming for them, nigga, yeah.
If you go to a smoke shop and just ask, like, yo, what's a smoke shop that got raided? They go, oh, shit, my friend.
Yeah, all of us.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I do, but I do wonder what that would be like. Just the next time I get pulled over, if I do have some, it's like, what's actually about to happen right now?
They're gonna smell it and be like, yo, your tail light's out. Give me you a ticket.
Right? Yeah, it's
It's
got to be
like-
light
it's-
like that.
Because
I feel
North
like you have to have
Carolina,
the scale and at least over an ounce for them to really like do something, or at least a half ounce or something.
police over here, you have to really like just have bad luck. You know what I
get
mean?
that- to
Police
get
is
that
lazy.
nigga.
They be lazy as fuck. Like they're not trying to do paperwork for weed,
Yeah.
or like just little light shit. Like
Yeah, because what's the charge going to even be anyway?
Nigga.
You know what I'm saying? Misdemeanor.
A little possession.
Yeah.
A little possession ain't never hurt nobody.
And they don't even arrest you for that shit all the time. It's just a ticket,
It's
right?
a ticket.
Yeah.
ticket don't even be $100.
Yeah.
I could buy more weed and still pay this like and with a smile.
And be chilling. Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, man.
I think that'd be my only thing. That thug moments. I tried robbing. That's just not for me. I'm not built for it.
Yeah.
Like breaking and entering and shit like that.
B&E type shit?
Yeah, it's just I can't do it.
I
Can't bring myself to do it.
And but see, and the shit I used to do as a kid was never like, it wasn't so much peer pressure as like me being a part of the problem. Like not like big things though, like shit like kicking doors in for like nigga knock purposes. Like we would
that's
wanna, like,
nothing. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
nothing. That's just like funny
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
but we would
that's
we would
different.
have an
Kicking
intent.
the door,
we would have an intent to like this shit needed to kind of fly open.
Yeah.
Like and
Oh.
so we could run.
Yeah.
Like that was like a thing.
Bust a nigga's frame out.
Yeah, nah.
It's happened a couple times. Not too many, but yeah.
Yeah, I never kicked a door that hard. I could probably do it now. I just haven't done it as an adult with
Happened,
like
like, twice.
adult strength.
Yeah.
Like really just try to kick a door in.
You don't got the hamstring strength for it, nigga.
It'd probably get done. I'm pretty sure.
Nah.
I feel like I can like shoulder into it.
Who do you think you are? The Thing? Fuck out of here.
Juggernaut, nigga.
Come on, man. You
The Juggernaut, bitch.
hell no. You got the head for it, but nigga,
I'm
not the body.
Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here,
I don't
nigga.
think a door frame is as hard as we think it is.
But doors be kind of hard.
Doors are hard,
Those
but like
are hard.
those ones that flew open,
The
were,
ones that
like,
aren't
weren't-
supposed to be
they're
broken?
not like deadbolts.
Right,
Like you know what I'm
they're
saying?
not the best
they're
doors
not
to
they're not the
begin
best
with.
doors, and they don't have like the deadbolt
Yeah.
locked in that moment type shit.
You thinking about the door Rampage tore down?
Yo, before I got a new front door, my old front door, nigga, I think if you kicked that door,
It would have came open.
the door wouldn't come open. Your foot would go through the door.
Oh yeah, I believe that.
Like
It was one of those doors.
yeah, bro, that shit, like, it was my front door, but nigga, that shit felt so light. I think if a nigga kicked it for real, your foot's going through before the door opens up.
Yeah. You can't even knock on it probably. You just
Yeah,
gotta
like that shit was
scream
weak as
at a
fuck,
nigga
bro.
through
So
it.
I was so happy when I got a new door. I'm like, at least the door will remain intact.
That's
nigga.
what I'm
Like,
saying, nigga.
Yeah,
Doors are like real wood.
Metal
It's
doors now
steam, steel on them and
Steel
shit.
on them and
yeah.
shit like that. Yeah,
Like, that's steel.
Doors
That's
are
a
something
steel
serious,
door.
man.
yeah,
Yeah, ain't nobody getting through that shit.
But then they have that.
yeah. I guess I never had any other like moments for real.
Yeah,
Just,
thug
like,
moments.
not
I never
thug
did no
shit for real.
drive-bys.
I had
no
niggas
shit
like,
that.
yeah, I had niggas like
Word.
try to put me on the gangs and shit, but I always said no. I was like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever asked me to be a part of their gang.
Oh yeah, they was running. They was running in my neighborhood, so it was like a
What
thing.
is that?
You wanna
Ha ha! You've never been asked to be part of a gang.
I know, right? Like,
You
I
ain't
missed
never been
out-
at. You never.
I missed out on the black experience.
You never had an option of being a blood.
right. Nobody
You
ever asked if I
fucking
wanted to
loser.
join their set.
It was a bunch of Crips around where we was at, so niggas
I went
was
to
kinda-
school with more
Man.
bloods.
Yeah,
That whole thing was just strange to me, though, just moving down here. Because I feel like just up north, it was like your crew of friends or your neighborhood or whatever. It was less of like Bloods and Crips. Then when I came down here, it was definitely more Bloods and Crips. Like just
Yeah.
actual
yeah.
gangs. I was like, oh, whoa. It's
Yeah.
completely different. It's just all the niggas that are from this neighborhood roll with each other up. You know what I'm saying? What I'm used to, at least.
Yeah. Nah.
It wasn't a flag holding it together.
Yeah. It gets deep around
It
here.
was the
Like
fact that they live within like 4 blocks of each other.
exactly.
Like that was it.
Nah. And
that
even
was kind of. It's kind of the same thing. They just took up a flag.
Yeah, pretty much. A lot of them turned
It's
into
the
that.
same thing. Because it's like all the niggas in my neighborhood just decided to, they was on that shit.
Yeah.
They all lived around each other and they repped where we was at.
It's always more Bloods than Crips, though.
At least in this area.
Yeah.
I don't think we're in a Crip heavy area.
Once you get to the Hispanics, them niggas be more Crip.
The Hispanics were Crips
So
for
it's
sure.
like that's
a
most
fact.
of the niggas on my side.
Yeah, that's a whole
That's
fact.
what they were.
Yeah,
It was like the
yeah.
Hispanic
Even
niggas.
in my school, it was like one, maybe two niggas that were Crip, and then it was
Yeah,
like
one of my best friends
a bunch
was
of Spanish niggas. That
one
was
of my
Crip.
best friends as a kid was, so he was always trying to put me on and shit. He was always on that shit like, come on, nigga, you gotta. It's like, nah, we good.
I remember when niggas started doing missions. I was like, oh, this is real.
Yeah.
Really, you on missions right now?
Yeah.
That's crazy. And then niggas start showing up with they blood beads. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah, the beads, nigga.
The blood beads.
Niggas be on that spiritual shit, nigga.
Yep.
The slaves was dropped here first. So all that like
Is that what that
spiritual.
is? That's spirituality stuff?
Nigga, that's voodoo.
It's voodoo, whatever.
All that shit.
It's not
North
just for
Carolina.
Bloods, but gang niggas love them because, keeps them alive.
Nigga, all the slaves dropped here. That shit is
I thought
alive.
That was just blood shit. I've only seen Bloods do.
No, that is voodoo.
At least I thought I did.
Sometimes they'll have like the ones like with
what
the
the
skull and like it's different ones like different Orishas, different like
I missed all
that's some real shit. Look up Papa Joe. He was like a renowned voodoo priest in North Carolina from North Carolina.
Nigga, he was downtown Raleigh, dog.
He has documentaries
he was probably
about him.
10 minutes from here.
Voodoo Joe?
Papa Joe, North Carolina.
Him.
North Carolina, nigga.
Nah, he was world renowned for
voodoo healing.
just connection to the other realm.
You should watch his documentary. Look. I think it has like 2
What
parts on
happened to
YouTube. He died.
He died.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, natural causes.
Yeah, I never heard of this nigga.
Shit.
Y'all niggas ain't got
When
peer
Papa
pressure.
Joe died, it was
It was serious?
nigga. It was
Y'all,
on.
this nigga's like an actual underground legend in Raleigh.
Yes.
Like the niggas whose bees that you saw, if they were in Raleigh, they probably got him from
Oh,
this
really?
nigga.
Probably.
They probably
Oh,
was
shit.
fucking with him.
Damn.
Yeah, nah, man.
There's like he even has videos on YouTube. He's doing like whole sermons or whatever they call.
Yeah.
Like he's going through the
Ceremony, whatever the
Yeah,
fuck they call them
ceremonies.
things, yeah.
Yeah, man. North Carolina, man. Gotta do your real. We deep in it, man. Yo, shout out to Damage. He's locked up right now, but
that's Damage.
he's actually
oh shit.
he's actually a renowned voodoo practitioner.
He's deep into that shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a great lyricist.
I don't
as
know
well.
if this is the video, but in one of them, he takes. Matter of fact, click on that shit. This is the video. Hover above it. Go to the altars.
Shout out to homie.
When he's showing the altars. Keep going. Yep, keep going. Faster.
Is this the one where he had the
Yep.
devil with the?
This.
Yeah.
is it right here.
Nah,
It's right at the
right here,
beginning.
right here.
This shit right.
Yep.
A lot of people probably familiar with him and Haitian voodoo. Them just money fetishes I got over there. 𝙿𝙻𝙰𝚃 right here.
What are you showing us though? Like,
Oh, these are just the altars where we give them our offerings, they food and stuff, where we do the rituals over the altars and stuff like that.
no, for sure, man.
I knew you was gonna say that too, cause a lot of people DW by that. We live by that shit down here, cuz.
Hey, look, man, it's your boy Big Mouth, Mouth of the South. We in the exclusive.
There's more
Hey,
though.
look, this is my first time in
Hover
here.
above. He really walks you through, because he had a Lucifer statue, and that was his most prized possession. He had $100 bill wrapped around his penis.
Nuts.
Yeah,
The Lucifer statue's nuts.
yeah. It might be another Damage interview, but shout out to Damage nonetheless.
To clarify, I don't know what was.
Yeah, it was like I need clarity on that.
But yeah, you wrap $100. It's all to give offerings. Like you leave plates out in front of it because it's like the spirits are still there. They need to eat. It's very convoluted because it's different versions and shit. But
I ain't never got into it or done research on it at all.
look up Joey Diaz Santeria stories whenever you get a chance.
Oh God, he's so annoying though.
Yeah, he's a motherfucker, but he's cool though.
He is a legend.
He's cool. But yeah, AJ, man, you gotta learn about your history, man. North Carolina, man. This is where the slaves dropped off first. Where you think all that voodoo shit come from? New Orleans just has the most marketability about it. But
and they're doing it more.
I feel like South Carolina too.
Yeah. South Carolina for sure. Yeah,
Yeah,
South
yeah.
Carolina for sure.
Yeah, I feel
South
like,
Carolina a lot.
because I've Because there's Geechee down there.
Yeah, it's all the niggas.
I don't think I've ever met a Geechee. I met Geechee people here, but like not full families.
South Carolina,
But
North
I met
Carolina,
people that were Geechee here. They're like all their families in South Carolina.
Louisiana.
And they be on that shit. So it's like, I don't think I've ever been to it. I don't.
And then if you go out to California, it's like they don't call it voodoo, they call it Santeria because it's Mexicans and Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and shit.
Florida too, and Haitians and all that shit.
Yeah. This shit is deep.
Yeah, that's tough.
But nah, if you see a nigga with those beads, just
Yeah, I
like
really thought it was some
stay
blood
away
shit.
from him.
I really thought it was
blood
some
beads.
I really thought it was blood beads. I ain't gonna lie. I did.
They said niggas got necklaces now.
They actually believe if you pray to your people, it's like a bullet might miss you.
Shit.
Like 12 might just ride past. It's like, those are the good blacks.
Well, gangsters always do seem to be the most religious because they're in the most line of danger. So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
You gotta believe in something other than your gun.
Pretty much, yeah. You gotta hope something's watching over you.
There was
That
a
motherfucker
story. Joey Diaz, he told this shit. He was like, it was this gangster. He should have went to jail, but he went to this lady. She grabbed a plate, rubbed on it, spit on it, cleaned it again, and like next day the nigga was in court. Nigga, the judge started choking and shit on water. He couldn't like continue the trial. He was like, oh, just free this nigga. I can't breathe. You know what I mean? Like it's a real story, man.
They said that's how Gunplay said that's why he beat that crazy case that he was facing or whatever.
Nigga, all it takes is 2 goats, a couple chickens,
and some bats. He said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bat blood.
Yeah, like the.
It's so deep too, because it's like it's a lot of old, but some niggas make it new, like with their own renditions and shit.
It's too deep, man.
I'm cool.
It's
on all
too
that.
deep.
I gotta come up into something like
I don't
that
even
for me
wanna-
to like.
You need a Papa Joe. Like there is no just getting into the shit by yourself.
Or you come up into it. You come up in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool. I don't want to even like figure out that world.
You don't want to get right. You don't want to come back.
Stories though? Or gangster pressure stories?
Peer pressure. Nah, man, not just like how Lauren said. It's never been like, hey, man, you should
Like
do
as an
this with
adult,
us.
Some shit.
Nah. I thought about being a blood like back in middle school, but I was like, I don't see them niggas getting no money.
Oh yeah,
I can't do that.
You said that, yeah.
Niggas wasn't getting no paper.
None.
At least the bloods I saw, you know. It was so many fucking bloods, you couldn't even tell who was a real blood. Like,
No, that
at
was-
a certain
that's some
point,
real
it's like,
shit. For sure.
because when you got older, it's like, oh, nigga, you not even real, right, nigga?
Bro, it
What
was
the fuck is you talking about?
It was so bad. You could blend in, honestly.
You could just blend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
But not too many peer pressure. I will say, actually, no. Yes, George Floyd.
Like
I
the
was
marches
literally
and shit like
standing
that?
outside of the CVS and niggas was just running in there. There was no reason for me to go in there. I literally put a foot in and was like, ooh. And I went back down.
Oh,
But
they was
then-
looting it?
Yeah, they was looting that shit. But then I saw niggas walk out. A nigga had 11 bottles of promethazine on his. He was running like this. Swear to God, I was like, you're a genius.
Yeah. If you go in there and know
He
where to
knew
go.
where it was.
He knew
Yeah.
where it was.
Like that's different.
Plus, that's breaking in twice because the pharmacy be
Not
caged
necessarily.
up too.
It depends.
Most pharmacies
back
they be
there.
having their own separate cage and shit.
But those
like that.
cages are like actual cages. These guys, they're built like Lauren and us. Like these weren't strong niggas that could just break open a cage.
I mean, they use something to get it open.
Yeah.
Dog, that lean, they had
It was
that shit.
Teamwork. It could have been anything. I don't know what it was. They got that shit open though.
They got that shit open. The nigga, both of them. So it was 22 at least. It was
It's like 1,000 lines in his lap.
nigga 20 at least 30.
Yeah, I only went downtown during the George
How you
Floyd
break it
shit.
down?
I wasn't near no like looting or raiding or anything like that.
Niggas, it's some niggas that
Oh, they
came
got
out
cracking.
with $30,000.
Yeah, because I drove past places where I would see niggas kind of like running out, or it was already ranch, and you just see like the remains of what that store has become, where it's fucked.
Hey man, if you was smart, you got in that CVS. I wasn't smart. I'm not like a
Looting is so dangerous. I feel like.
No, it's not.
There's the
You should have seen
not victimless crime, but like that's the easiest crime to get away with.
There's so many people that think they won't get away with it that a nigga like me who's wearing a shirt, a regular dirty ass tank top.
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
it's too easy, man.
Yeah, you gotta
It's
be
too easy for a
shiesty
nigga
up.
like me.
Yeah, you gotta be shiesty up.
Nigga, I had a shirt around my head. I was a Taliban.
This nigga was really looting.
It was mainly for that tear gas though, but yeah.
Yeah, I avoided that.
That was the only time I felt peer pressure in recent time, and I actually did it. I didn't steal nothing though.
It was years ago too.
Yeah.
So you've been doing pretty good.
4 years
You've
ago.
been pretty fucking solid.
Yeah.
Credit cards haven't been popping up around you recently.
It better not. I'm trying to do better, nigga. I'm trying to do better.
Shit.
Yeah.
But all right.
Was is that it?
Yep. Appreciate y'all for watching the show. Make sure y'all keep doing what y'all do best. Hashtag Office Hours Partner at the end of the show. Comment down below. Send it to Menace Material if you don't want to comment down below. Or follow the Reddit and follow the Patreon. We love y'all niggas. But J Nobles.
Group.
AJ the Menace.
White man behind the boards.
Yep.
And